I would like to start off by thanking God for giving me content this good. Trump just aura-mogged Japan into joining the war, as well as looksmaxed all of Europe. Those guys got absolutely fremugened by Donald Trump. HEGSETH obliterated the press. Netanyahu might be alive, and he pulled the classic Jew maneuver of pissing everyone off. New York and California exposed for so much fraud while they're crying that the war in Iran is spending money, not as much money as, Somali leering centers. Nigeria literally launched a new festival where it is legal to R-word women, and liberals are finding out about that. And of course, radical woke people endorsed by HASAN PIKER keep losing elections and getting arrested for obstructing ICE. Honestly, I don't know why God decided to give me such good content today, but he did. So I'm going to make the most of it. Insane deep dive for you today, covering all the things. That's what we do here. Definitely subscribe. But for now, breaking news: US and Japan announce a $40 billion nuclear power project. Wow. Wow. Everyone crying about oil prices. Dog, this is going to be unbelievably good for both of our countries. All right, because I don't know if you've heard the update. This is the Nuxanor update. None of the European countries are our greatest allies anymore. That's right. Our greatest allies are Saudi Arabia and Israel and Japan and Argentina and El Salvador. The Eurocucks are kind of being conquered, I'm not going to lie. Call me back when you're done dealing with your Islam problem, all right? When the rape gangs that are wandering through your territories are quelled, get back to me. Until then, you can figure your shit out. No, but we come from Europe. How could you say this? This goes against the things that other people say. Listen, man, we came from Europe. We didn't come from Pakistan. And right now, Europe looks more like Pakistan than it does like us. I will embrace you guys with open arms when you stop raping, sir. Okay? It's literally that simple. Now, Japanese Prime Minister came to the White House, and Donald Trump took her down this hallway. This hallway, for those of you that are unaware, is the hallway. Every single one of these pictures is a framed picture of one of the presidents of the United States with a nice little blurb about them that Trump wrote on the bottom, all right? Now, for those of you that know the Trump lore, if you've been following my channel at all, Trump replaced Biden's photo with a picture of the auto pen. So this is her reaction to seeing the Biden auto pen. Oh my God, bro. Diabolical, dude. The auto pen. She can't stop. Yeah, that's the funniest thing in the world. Quite literally the funniest thing ever. Now, this is literally one for the history books, honestly, not even exaggerating. Now, apparently, Donald Trump, during this meeting with Prime Minister Takaichi, I'm pretty sure her name is, and for the record, I think she's great, all right? I'm a fan. She is very right-wing. The moment she won, she immediately congratulated and thanked Trump for endorsing her, all right? She wants to deport everybody. She literally has a policy to say that no more Muslims, literally, and she's not even afraid of being called Islamophobic. It's incredible how much of their power disappears once you actually don't give a fuck about their opinions. Literally not caring about their insults and pejoratives is like a superpower. It's like leftoid kryptonite. They have nothing on you if you just actually don't give a fuck about what they call you. And, well, she doesn't give a fuck. She won the election, and she is wildly popular. So, apparently, Donald Trump dropped the nuke. Oh, shit. You can't say that in regards to Japan. Oh, my. I have to title the video, Donald Trump dropped the nuke on Japan.
Great to have you.
All right, but apparently everyone's so mad about this interview. All the leftoids are losing it. Apparently he mentioned Pearl Harbor. I didn't see it yet, but everyone's telling me it's insane.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's great to have you. And
you're welcome. It's my pleasure, Mr. President.
Special person just won a tremendous election. In
That's true.
A record-setting fashion. So you
True.
have something in common.
I love how literally her. True. I love how literally her entire position is, I will win. And we will fucking deport everyone. And then everyone voted for her. It's almost like nationalism is so back. And it's also based, and it doesn't matter if you call us racist. And honestly, whoever runs for president in 2028 needs to put will deport fucking everybody on their card.
And I was very proud and honored to endorse the Prime Minister because of the fact that I felt she was really good. I thought she did a fantastic job. I respect her a lot, so I gave her an endorsement.
Someone told me this proves that Trump isn't a misogynist. This proves nothing, all right? She's not a fat woman. Trump only hates fat women. Based, by the way, all right, that was a joke. I'm kidding,
And she had the most successful election, in my opinion, in the history of Japan.
Damn.
Won by the most ever. So we have a very popular, powerful woman. and she's a great woman. We have a very fine relationship, and we're going to be talking about trade and many other things. And it's an honor to have you. Thank you very much.
皆様ありがとうございます。本日は非常に特別な方にいらしていただいております。歴史的な選挙の圧勝ということで、私と共通するものがあると思います。私たち素晴らしい絆を持っておりまして、だからこそ私の方からも応援のメッセージを出させていただきました。素晴らしい人であり、私も心から尊敬。
I love how. Okay, so listen, I speak a little bit of Japanese. All right, I watched my Naruto. Okay, I watched One Piece. I speak a bit of Japanese. She said "subarashi" like 8 times, which means awesome or spectacular. So that was a good translation, I would say.
している方です。日本の歴史上最も素晴らしい選挙で圧勝したということで人気の高い女性であり。
Like, fuck these translators.
方だと私も思っております。本日に関しては貿易その他の課題について多く話をする予定です。
Thank you for inviting me to the White House today.
Thank you.
So, my visit is timely. So, given the current situation.
Yeah.
Oh, please, yes, absolutely. You have a very good interpreter.
Yeah.
Who I've known for a long time with Shinzo.
Yeah, wow.
今中東情勢も含めて、それから世界中の安全保障環境が非常に厳しい状況にあります。
Right now, situations in the Middle East and also the entire world, we are actually experiencing a very severe security environment.
そして世界経済もかなり。
Think about how much worse the environment would be if Iran had nukes. All right, like, my favorite thing is literally everyone on the planet agrees with Trump. They're just scared to say it because a couple of cucks online and libtards that don't understand anything about reality are just harassing them. Like you have to understand, these people are in a chokehold because they see Twitter likes. All right, some guy got 1 million likes from Pakistan and now all of a sudden he's silencing you. Literally, the entire world agrees that Iran is a nuclear threat. All right, and they needed to be destroyed and eliminated. Trump actually had the balls to do it and go against the Pakistanis. Woo! I mean, I'm making fun of them, but they conquered England. All right, listen, I'm making fun of them, but they have England now, so you know they're pretty effective.
厳しい影響を受けつつあります。
And also the global economy is now about to experience a huge hit because of this development.
でも私は世界の
Now, again, just for those of you that actually need to understand a bit of reality instead of political jargon, let me help you. Iran, if they developed nukes, would literally hold the entire Strait of Hormuz hostage forever. They would be an unbelievable force of evil that would strangle the entire economy forever. That's right. And we would never be able to do anything about it because they would fucking nuke us. So obliterating them now is necessary. Not only is it necessary, but this energy crisis that's happening was inevitable. I'm just really glad that we're doing it now when they don't actually have that much weaponry as opposed to when they actually do. All right, which is why Trump made a very prudent decision. And everyone and all of the media is literally weaponized against him to say, look at the gas prices that went up under Trump. Meanwhile, dead silence, even though the gas prices were higher under Biden. No one cares. All right, but actually, Mr. President, did you notice the gas prices actually raised? It's inevitable. Inevitable that these prices would raise whenever we would actually need a fight with Iran, which again is an inevitable conflict. It is a religious death cult that believes that their sworn duty in this world is to kill us. This war was inevitable. I'm really glad we're doing it now when they are getting fucking obliterated as opposed to when they could actually pose a threat. But then again, I don't have the leftist mind of, actually you have to let them rape you. This is leftist policy for those of you paying attention. Almost every single leftist policy could translate into you have to let them rape you. I'll explain that in a future time. Don't worry. I'll get there. Don't worry.
そして平和に
Import them to rape you, groom the children, you know. It's classic. That's almost every single leftist policy. Pay attention. All right? Take money from the people that earn it and give it to the people that don't. All right? Let me financially rape you. That's basically leftist politics these days. My opinion is stop raping, sir.
貢献できる、世界中に平和と繁栄をもたらせるのはドナルドだけだと思っています。
But even against that backdrop, I firmly believe that it is only you, Donald, who can achieve peace across the world.
That's right.
そのために
Japan, truly one of our greatest allies. And so and my favorite thing about this this alliance over here is all the retards that are like, the reason why we are dealing with terrorist attacks is because we have wars in the Middle East, and then Muslims try to kill us in our own homeland. My guy, we nuked Japan. All right? We nuked Japan twice, and they are some of our closest allies in the world right now. All right? It's almost like Japanese culture and Islamic culture are just very different. You know, one believes that they have to blow themselves up to kill you, and the other one actually wants to succeed. I don't know. Kind of weird how that happened.
私は、諸外国に働きかけて、しっかりと応援をしたいと思っています。
And to do so, I am ready to reach out to many of the partners in the international community to achieve our objective together.
今日私はそれを伝えに来ました。
So today, I came here at the White House to directly convey this message to you.
そしてイランに関しては核兵器の開発、これは許されてはならないことですから、日本も働きかけをしてきました。
Iran is not daijoubu, as they say.
And speaking of the situation in Iran, Iran's development of nuclear weapons must never be allowed.
Bro, it's like everyone is saying this. Right? They're not even chanting death to Japan, okay, in Iran. They're chanting death to America, and they've killed thousands of our people. Even Japan agrees with our policy here. Like, dude, it's unbelievable watching the libtards and quite literally like the quote-unquote anti-war podcasters, which are all actually just bought out by Islam. All right, all these guys literally twisting themselves into pretzels, talking about why it's actually not a good thing that we killed fucking terrorists that have been trying to kill us.
That's why we, Japan, have been urging them and also reaching out to...
Oh, but Joe Kent knows more than the intelligence community of every single developed country on the planet. All right, dude.
Other partners in the world.
Tucker Carlson knows a few things that the Prime Minister of Japan doesn't, okay?
周辺国に対する攻撃、ホルムズ海峡の実質的な閉鎖についても、これは非難をし、そして、茂木外務大臣からも、イランの外務大臣に対して、それをやめるように申し入れをしてきました。
In addition, Japan condemns Iran's actions such as attacking the neighboring regions and also the de facto or effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, that's right.
As a matter of fact, my fellow minister, Minister Motegi, Foreign Minister Motegi, also had the direct exchange with the Iranian Foreign Minister and urged Iran to stop such activities.
Nice. That's nice. Again, you know, it's the classic strongly worded letter, but like, what do you expect?
No, you can let me know.
それでとにかく今中東だけじゃなくてインド太平洋の安全保障環境も大変厳しい中にあります。そんな中でドナルドが日本に深い信頼を寄せてくれて、揺るぎない同盟、日本に信頼をしてくれていることに感謝しております。
And also the security environment in the Indo-Pacific region is also becoming increasingly severe. Donald, you have shown deep trust in Japan, and also the unwavering commitment to the Japan-US alliance. Once again, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome, Japan. We all were part of this. You should know, I'm also part of this alliance. You're welcome, Japan. What can I say?
And today,
now please stop making anime about little perverted guy gets run over by a truck, transported to another world as like the strongest guy ever, gets a harem of cat women. Please, please stop doing that, Japan.
Look forward to having a discussion on how we can cooperate to make our two nations, both Japan and the United States, stronger and more prosperous.
Like, this is like the classic nationalist position, all right? We care about our country the most. They care about their country the most. We're going to make a deal to benefit both of our countries as much as possible. This is based. Every single world leader should be a nationalist. I don't know why nationalism somehow became like a racist dog whistle to leftoids, but if you're not a nationalist, quite literally, you should not be in politics at all.
You
know, I understood those words when she said energy market. I understood what she said.
And I also brought specific proposals to calm down the global energy market.
See?
この後、主に、経済安全保障、重要鉱物ですが、エネルギーに関する協力、そしてお互いに強い経済を作るための、成長のための話し合い、経済成長のための話し合いをしたいと思っています。Thank you very much.
Yeah, then what she said is, and also, Donard, thank you so much for having a colossal penis that you're not afraid to slap on the table and humiliate terrorists around the world.
Today, I really look forward to having our discussion, particularly focusing on our collaboration in economic security in the important areas such as energy and
that's basically
minerals.
What I said.
And also,
I basically translated it the same exact way.
Discussing with you how we can make our two economies stronger moving forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
You're doing a great job. Again, congratulations on the biggest win in the history of Japan.
That's right.
Not bad. That's a pretty long.
You know, she has a 93% approval rating for like from like I think Gen Z males. Like, dude, people don't realize how big of a win this is.
History. That's a large nation with a great reputation, but it's a tremendous victory. Congratulations to everybody. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. We've become friends, and I'm very proud of the job you've done.
That's adorable.
It's not easy. Any questions, please?
Mr. President, are you fully satisfied with the level of support that you're getting from Japan on Iran, including around minesweepers?
Well, we're going to be speaking about it today. Go ahead, you can go.
日本から、飛来艇などの支援に関して、その点について今の状況に満足していらっしゃいますか?
We're going to be speaking about it today. We've had tremendous support.
Oh, they're gonna help. Don't get me wrong. When the Donard asks for something, they comply. That's how it works. All right, because the reality is we have the cards. Unlike the European countries, which really don't get that Donald Trump is actually going to pull out of NATO. they just can't even fathom the idea of not getting billions of dollars from us. You know, 70% of the military force of NATO is ours, okay? They don't realize how badly they need us, and they just don't actually believe. Because, again, leftist policy is just, you don't even need to believe in reality to be a leftist, all right? You know, men could be women and stuff like that. You know, reality is kind of irrelevant and secondary to whatever your emotional makeup is at the time. So the reality is, these guys do not even want to contend with a world where we are not funding their entire survival. All right. And the reality is we are. We gave $350 billion to this Ukraine war, which, let me just say, did not benefit us at all. I'm not saying we shouldn't have done it, but we did it as a charity. Also, we shouldn't have done it. But that's a different story for another time. The reality is, we did charity. It was very nice. It didn't benefit us. This war with Iran does benefit us. And literally, none of these retards are actually helping. All right, I think that they're going to have a really rude awakening. The countries that are not going to be willing to contribute here, I think, this is one big, giant fishing expedition where Donald Trump, President of the United States, is unilaterally deciding which one of our allies is gay and retarded. And it's working really well.
And relationship with Japan.
England, France, and Spain are gay and retarded. No offense, guys. Elect better people, please. Please stop with the communists. Get the communists out. All right, please.
Everything. And I believe that based on statements that were given to us yesterday, the day before yesterday, having to do with Japan, they are really stepping up to the plate.
That's right.
Yes.
I told you Japan would step up to the plate because they understand. They understand that we need to operate in our best interest and they need to operate in their best interest. Their best interest is to have us as an ally. So when we say jump, they say how high. That's just because we're the world power. I'm not saying this to be degrading to Japan. The reality is we are the world power. You benefit more from our alliance than we do from our alliance. That said, you got to do us a little bit of favors every once in a while. And we'll be as benevolent as we can in return. All right? That's a very nice reciprocal relationship. And that's just how it's going to have to work. We are not the world's piggy bank. We are not here to get used and abused like a little cum rag from the European nations anymore. We're tired of it.
非常に日本政府から素晴らしい支援を受けていると思います。おとといのコメントから日本からはそれに対して非常に力強いメッセージを得ていると私は思っています。
Unlike NATO.
I knew he would drop that nuke. Sorry, I can't keep saying that in regards to Japan. I knew he would drop that thing that goes the little thing. He dropped one. He dropped 2 nukes so far today. Oh fuck, I can't.
Please.
President, do you intend to lift sanctions on Iranian oil, and do you intend to potentially put U.S. troops or more troops in the region?
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly.
But I was told by Tucker Carlson and Joe Kent and Candace Owens that he was going to be putting like 50,000 of our soldiers on the ground. You mean to tell me that it was all a lie and I, the blue retard cartoon fucker on the internet, was actually correct the entire time when I said that there was not going to be a ground invasion? We were just going to bomb them from air and sea, obliterate their regime and their weapon capacity, and hopefully their people will rise up and do a regime change themselves, but we're not actually going to get involved, putting people on the ground, losing thousands of soldiers to some regime change war that lasts 10 years? You mean to tell me I was right the whole time and all the panicans, copers, and retards that are paid off by foreign Islamists? I'm sorry, I'm going too hard.
Wouldn't tell you, but I'm not putting troops, and we will do whatever is necessary to keep the price as low. I actually thought when I did this, look, the Dow just hit 50,000 a couple of weeks ago.
Holy shit, I totally forgot about the Epstein files. The Dow hit 50,000.
They said that couldn't happen for 4 years. It wouldn't happen in my term. It's such a outrageous thing because I said it would happen. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast, but just hit 50,000. And we did that in 1 year, not 4. S&P had just hit 7,000. They said that was even more impossible than the Dow hitting 50. And we did that in 1 year. So it's all done. Everything was going great. The economy was great. Oil prices were very low. Gasoline was dropping to, I mean, we had $1.99, $1.85. We had great everything. And I saw what was happening in Iran, and I said,
look, man, I'll be real. Our forefathers would be cringing at us for crying about paying an extra couple of dollars for gas at the sake of literally obliterating a nuclear threat to our nation and existence. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Can you imagine our brave troops in 1942 going to war and being like, oh, but what if this increases the gas prices? Gas prices don't matter if they drop a nuke on us, just like we did to Japan, just like we have done in the past to end a conflict. Oh, and also, let me not forget to tell you, killing terrorists is based, actually.
I hate to make this excursion, but we're going to have to do it. And I actually thought that
the Iran side quest, all right? And then we're going to deal with the final boss after we finish up with all of our adversaries. Venezuela, Cuba, Iran, China, Russia. We can deal with the actual final boss. Karen District Attorney Judges. Obama appointed judge with blue hair, the true final boss.
Numbers would be worse. I thought that it would go up more than it did. But we're doing this excursion, and when it's completed, we're going to have a much safer world. And the Prime Minister agrees with me on this. He considers it to be terrible what Iran did. I think every country does. Just about every country does.
Agrees.
Iran is a serious threat to the world, to the Middle East and to the world.
Dude,
and everybody agrees with me. I think virtually every country agrees with me on that. So I wanted to put out that fire. And I said, you know,
bro, you got Qatar and Israel on the same side, all right? If that doesn't prove anything.
That oil prices will go up, the economy will go down a little bit. I thought it would be worse, much worse, actually. I thought there was a chance it could be much worse. It's not bad, and it's going to be over with pretty soon. We've obliterated the Navy. We've obliterated just about everything there is to obliterate, including leadership. The Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft equipment is gone. We're flying wherever we want. We have nobody even shooting at us. They have, I mean, and as you know, their leadership is gone. Their leaders are gone. They picked new leaders, they're gone. They picked new leaders, they're gone. And now they're looking for new leaders again. We can take out the island,
some would say.
Anytime we want. I call it the little oil island that sits there, so totally unprotected. We've taken out everything but the pipes. We left the pipes because to rebuild the pipes would take years for them to do. But we are, I would say, we are substantially ahead of schedule. And I had to do this. I call it an excursion. I had to take this little excursion and do something that no other president had the courage to do. And everybody wanted to do it, but they never had the courage to do it. And I don't blame them. I'm not blaming them. It was left to me, and we've done a great job. Our military is incredible. We have an incredible military. We have the strongest military in the world by far. We have the greatest equipment in the world by far. In fact, Japan buys our equipment, buys a lot of it, and we're honored by that. And that's one of the things we'll be talking. They want to buy a lot of the military equipment. So it's just an honor to have the Prime Minister. We've had a tremendous relationship. Okay.
Mr. President.
I think she's going to have to go first before you. Is that okay? Do you understand? It's very good, I tell you. I mean, it's so nice that we don't have to sit. No, it's
Thank God she learned how to speak American.
I haven't picked up your language, so the next time you come, I'll have your language mastered.
I'm sure he will.
Go ahead.
If the war is almost over, why is the Pentagon going to ask Congress for an additional $200 billion?
Well, we're asking for a lot of reasons beyond even what we're talking about in Iran. This is a very volatile world, and the military equipment, the power of some of this weaponry is unthinkable. You don't even want to know about it. Oh, you could end this thing in 2 seconds if you wanted to, but we are being very judicious. But we want to do. Don't forget, Biden gave away.
I'll ask Japan to describe the dangers of nuclear weapons.
I rebuilt
Take
the
it away,
military.
Japan.
My friend.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm doing this. I love Japan. Why am I doing this? Because it's funny. That's why I'm doing this. Because it's funny. That is correct.
Biden gave away so stupidly to Afghanistan a lot. He didn't want to move it. He was too lazy, too stupid to move it. But it was a very small amount. It was a lot, but it was very small relative to what I purchased and what I built. We want to have vast amounts of ammunition, which we have right now. We have a lot of ammunition, but it was taken down by giving so much to Ukraine. They gave so much. Biden gave $350 billion worth of cash and military equipment to Ukraine, and he didn't rebuild anything. Fortunately, we have a lot. We have a tremendous, unlimited supply of what you'd call middle and upper middle armaments and military equipment, munitions, armaments, but munitions in particular.
Remember, every leftoid crying about spending $20 billion killing terrorists that have been trying to kill us for the last 47 years, every single one of them voted to give Ukraine $350 billion, all right? And none of them give a shit about the quality leering centers, the little Mogadishu leering centers in Minnesota.
At the high end, we have a lot, but we're preserving it. We don't really need it. But we're building, our manufacturers of military equipment are building at a level they've never seen before, they've never done before. Pete's in charge of it with all of us, really. But Pete's been very, very strong on it. The general and Pete, myself, the whole group. And Raytheon is building 4 factories. Lockheed is building 5 or 6 factories, and they're building them fast. Because we had a very tough meeting with them. They were going out and buying back stock for $51 billion in one case. They spent $51 billion buying back stock. Now they're not allowed to do that. And they are now building a tremendous, there's never been anything like it, what's taking place right now. So we're in very good shape, but we want to be in the best shape we've ever been in. We were that, when I rebuilt the military, we were in great shape, and then Biden blew it, and he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
He was gay.
And if you listen to the Democrats, they don't.
Literally, this is the libtard values. And this is what Europe is doing. We're actually not going to have nuclear. We're actually not going to have power. We're actually not going to build our military because we love peace and harmony and singing kumbaya around the campfire. Oh my God, is Russia invading Ukraine? United States, please give us billions. We have nothing. That's literally what we're dealing with. All right, you need a military. Sure, peace is lovely. But in order to make sure that there's peace, you need to have the biggest fucking gun in the room.
Don't even want to have a military. Now you see how important it is.
Yeah.
But we have the strongest military in the world. We have the best equipment. We make by far the best equipment. The other night, they had 114 rockets shot at a certain location. And out of 100 highly sophisticated rockets, out of 114 sophisticated rockets, every single one of them was shot down.
Damn.
With our equipment.
Let's go.
It's amazing, actually, how good it is.
That's insane.
We want to be sure, and it's a small price to pay to make sure that we stay tippy-top.
Mr. President, can I ask about the Treasury? Thank you, Mr. President. The Treasury Secretary this morning said there were defections among Iranian leadership. Are you aware of that, and is there anybody the U.S. can work with as a leader going forward?
Well, we have a man named the Treasury Secretary here, so maybe maybe he wants to discuss it. Does anybody know? Do you know who he is? Central Casting.
Yeah, so as we are seeing the defections at all levels as they're starting to sense what's going on with the regime.
It's
it doesn't
over.
get reported here
It's
in the
over,
US
bro.
very well, but we are trouncing them.
Bro, you managed to scare a death cult. Okay? Think about it. These people literally have baked into their religious ideology that they would love to die for their God to kill you. All right? You managed, if you've scared a death cult, then you've got to be, then you're fucking diabolical. You scared a death cult from dying. Think about that.
From the air, and the regime will probably collapse within itself. At Treasury, we've seen where they wire their money out of the country. We're coming for that. We're going to get it back to the Iranian people.
And are you seeing defections?
Yes, sir.
On Israel,
There's a lot of military defections also. You have a lot of military defections in Iran. I don't blame them.
Thank you, Mr. President. Have you talked to Prime Minister Netanyahu about attacking the oil and gas fields?
Yeah, I did. I told him don't do that, and he won't do that. We didn't discuss. You know, we do. We're independent. We get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
And the last one, if I could, the Fed chairman told me yesterday that he plans to stay.
I covered that yesterday.
Until a new Fed chairman is confirmed, and he also plans to stay on the board until the investigation into the Federal Reserve is done.
Well, he's under investigation because he's building a building for hundreds of billions of dollars more than it's supposed to cost. The building you see over there is under budget and ahead of schedule. That's the ballroom. The ballroom is a much bigger building. It's a much more complex building than what he's doing, and it's at a fraction of the cost. And something is going.
Look, dude. Democrats like wasting money. What could I say? And by wasting money, I mean they become suspiciously rich while their projects never go anywhere. All right, like the Gavin Newsom bridge to fucking nowhere. Right, this high-speed rail where they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on a high-speed rail that doesn't exist yet. Like, come on, dude.
On, whether it's contractors, that's what I do best in the world. I build great buildings. I've always done it, and I build them under budget and ahead of schedule. They could have $4 billion. This is a renovation job for $4 billion. And if you look at the building, it's not even, I don't know if Kevin Warsh is ever going to be able to move into it. It's been under construction for years. It's the most expensive building ever built. Now, I know it's gross incompetent because I happen to think he's grossly incompetent. Today, certainly you should be lowering interest rates, all right? Certainly, who would not lower them? But he's stubborn, and he's got Trump derangement syndrome. But a lot of people have that, you know. It's not a curable disease. But he's also building. He should be lowering rates immediately. But he won't do that because he's a stubborn, incompetent person. And that's a bad thing. You know, when you're stubborn and incompetent, I think it's the worst combination.
And
he's also not a smart person. But he's building a complex over there that's under his jurisdiction. He started it, and it's out of control. It's billions of dollars for a little building. I could have done that building and made it beautiful for $25 million. $25 million, and it would have been beautiful. Look what I've done at the White House, fixing it up, and I mean the place was in bad shape. You see the floors and everything; it was in bad shape. I could have made that building beautiful for $25 million. They're spending $4 billion. All right, so it's
fraud. Sounds like
there
fraud
is criminality. Maybe it's with the contractor, but. Because I know more about contractors
Look, man, we don't know
than any
who's
human
doing
being,
the fraud,
maybe
but there's
living.
fraud.
But that contractor is a very rich man. Whoever the contractor is, and we know, but whoever the contractor is an extremely rich man. He's going to make, I mean, he could make billions of dollars. I'm hearing numbers from $3 to $4 billion. That would make it the most expensive building on a square foot basis ever built in history. And you're not even building a building, it's a renovation. The exterior skin is staying, the steel is staying.
Bro is not this mad about Iran.
So, all I want to do is bring out to the public that this guy is an incompetent, he's a very incompetent guy, and he may be a dishonest guy, but somebody's dishonest because there's no...
Get JD and the fraud task force on top of this shit. We got to start arresting famous people. Look, man, Mr. President, my appreciation of you will increase dramatically the moment you start arresting famous people. I'm sorry, I'm a simple man. I want to see famous douchebags in jail.
way that building could be $3 to $4 billion.
Mr. President,
Please.
Mr. President, you just mentioned Japan.
This looks like one of
Japanese
your
question. All right.
Thank you.
Is he good or bad? Good. Is he a good reporter or bad? You know?
So.
Not a,
Oh my
all
God.
right, looks like a nice guy. Go ahead.
Mr. President, you just mentioned Japan is stepping up. What kind of the support do you expect from Japan in the future?
Look, I expect Japan to step up because, you know, we have that kind of relationship, and we step up for Japan. We have 45,000 soldiers in Japan. We spend a lot of money on Japan, so, and we've had that kind of a relationship. So I expect, I'm not surprised that they would step up. We don't need much. We don't need anything. I mean, honestly, we don't need anything from Japan or from anyone else, but I think it's appropriate that people step up. In the case...
Be reciprocal. I told you this from the get-go. Trump doesn't need these people to do these things. He wants them to prove their loyalty. This is the biggest loyalty test I think I've ever seen in my life, and it's so fucking based.
Of Japan, I hear they get more than 90% of their oil.
There's no way it's a coincidence that bro wore a yellow tie talking to Japanese people, right? Like there's no, that's not a coincidence. Like, this is the Donald we're talking about.
The strait. So that's a big reason to step up. I mean,
Bro, he just met with the Irish Prime Minister 2 days ago with a green tie. Now he's meeting with the Japanese Prime... I'm sorry. We're getting too lost in the weeds.
We've demolished, that country is close to demolished. The only thing is the strait. It's very hard. You could take two people and they could drop little bombs in the water and they're holding things up. We don't want that to happen. But honestly, Japan, China, Europe, parts of Europe, get a lot of their oil through the strait. We get none, practically. We're less than 1%. We don't have to be any percent. We don't even, I think we do it just to be nice. But we...
Not being nice, Mr. President. Pull out, let them deal with that shit. That's right. That's my stance. That's my America first, baby. Let them figure out the Strait of Hormuz. All right, you offered them. All right, you offered them. They didn't want to be involved. Fine, wash your hands of that shit.
Think of it. We don't use the strait. We're defending the strait for everybody else. And then in the case of NATO, they don't want to help us defend the strait, and they're the ones that need it.
That's right.
But now they're getting much nicer because of the same attitude. They're getting much nicer. But
that's right, baby. Push them around.
As far as I'm concerned, it's too late. You know,
oh shit.
UK wants to send aircraft carriers now, and I said I want the aircraft carriers before the war. I don't want them after the war is won. They want to send me aircraft carriers after the war is. There's practically nobody to shoot at them. You know, their missile count is down. Maybe you could discuss it by about 90-something%. The drones are way down, and the factories are being demolished.
Maybe. Yes, sir. Our missiles being shot are down over 90% since the beginning. One-way attack drones down 90% since the beginning, which is a reflection of overwhelming firepower. But you mentioned the most important part, Mr. President. Their defense industrial base. If you can't make more of it in the future, then you have a limited supply. And so we're going after all of their defense contractors that make all of their exquisite weapons and ensuring that even if they wanted to rebuild more launchers or more missiles.
This is Marco Rubio sitting there knowing he's going to be the next Shah of Iran.
They couldn't in the future. And that's a level of devastation for their military that they've never seen before.
So we have, in literally 2 weeks, we've demolished their Navy, their Air Force. All technology is gone. All communication is gone.
All technology.
And all of the leaders are gone.
We bombed them back to the Stone Age.
Well.
Those fucking Ayatollahs.
How about one more question for the Prime Minister? Let me pick a beautiful person from Japan. A question for the Prime Minister. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't believe he's beautiful. Oh. He's sounding shy. Go ahead, please.
Bro, sounds like the gay Ayatollah.
Of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends. But one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing you don't want to...
Why does he have to fucking warn you? All right, let me warn you before I do literally anything. Let me warn people. What? You don't warn people, all right? You want a surprise attack. You don't want anyone to know about it. Right, anyway.
So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
Because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
No. Oh. Bro, drop the nuke. All right, this was worse than Nagasaki, my guy. Oh, look at her face. Based response, by the way. That's right. Oh, my God. Stupid question. You get a bitch answer. That is diabolical. I've never heard. This might be an all-time Trump moment.
Okay. Right? You know,
Dead silence.
Now, you believe in surprise, I think, much more so than us. And we had to surprise him, and we did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what we, and much.
She is just glaring at that reporter.
Much more than we anticipated doing. So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise, right?
Right.
Okay, one more for the Prime Minister. Are you good for the Prime Minister?
Yes.
Go ahead, for the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Japan's TG Press. Japan's biggest concern is China. Now they are giving us export control and very harsh terms to criticize us. So could you plan? Will you plan to bring out relationship between Japan and China while you were there?
Yeah. Well, I'll be going to China very quickly. But
do you have a question for her? She asks the question and he answers it anyway. Absolutely dominating male over here.
I think I'd really like to have the Prime Minister talk about China because I know they have a little bit of an edgy relationship, and I'd just like to know where it stands, how you're doing with China. So, please.
で日本はいつも中国に対してオープンです。会話はオープンにしています。それから、冷静に対応しています。とにかく米中関係も含めてですね、これが地域の安定、それから世界のサプライチェーン、これに貢献するものであることを願っています。日本は常にオープンです。
So first of all, Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China. And also, second, we have been addressing our relations with China in a calm manner. And also, speaking of the U.S.-China relationship, my sincere hope is that the relationship will be something conducive for regional security and also ensuring the global supply chain in the world. Once again, I would like to reiterate that Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China.
And I think we're going to have a great...
All right, well, it looks like they're wrapping it up there. Damn, that was insane. Now, much to the surprise of everyone, the foreign minister of Saudi Arabia called out Iran not only for being evil and striking them and stuff like that, you know, classic terrorism, Iran stuff, I mean, whatever, but they called them out for being bad Muslims. Dude, we are reaching diabolical levels of crash out.
I don't know how they claim to be fighting for Islamic causes while attacking Islamic countries. They are not.
It's so over. Not only are they getting obliterated by, you know, our overpowering military, not only is a country the size of New Jersey in their backyard absolutely walloping them, taking out all of their leaders with precise strikes, but the Muslim countries are calling them bad Muslims. Even Allah does it like this. And bro, Allah is like literally is pro pedophilia. So like, but this is too far. Just understand.
Not attacking a single nation. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, Oman.
Yeah, what are you doing, guys?
Lebanon,
Jordan,
Azerbaijan, Turkey. All these countries are Islamic countries.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Iran attacks them.
What are you doing, fuckwad?
And even before this war,
you said you were fighting
was
for
Iran's
Islam?
Contribution in the issues related to the Islamic world?
True.
They support.
How are you helping? I mean, aside from, you know, promoting terrorism throughout the Middle East and Europe.
Houthi militia in Yemen, they supported the
Houthis.
popular militia in Iraq who are, and now they are attacking Iraq. They are attacking Iraq territories, Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Yeah.
Who didn't suffice by hijacking the political decision in Lebanon, but rather was an effective arm to perform sabotaging actions in the region and in Saudi Arabia.
True.
And the biggest example is Iran and Hezbollah's role in Syria.
Yeah.
So
they contributed to the 650,000 dead in Syria.
Where is such support?
Like, this dude's like, all right, you want to bomb the Jews? Fine. All right. Not my business. But like, well, you're bombing Muslims. It's like, you call yourself good Muslims? Bro, this is diabolical.
Or so-called support in the Muslim world when they commit such crimes, and supporting the former Syrian regime. How do they support the Islamic world when they assassinate politicians in Lebanon? How do they support the Muslim world's issues and causes when they
not only are they terrorist, rapist, mass murdering pedophiles, but they're also bad Muslims. This is the craziest fucking plot twist of all time.
When they empower the popular mobilization forces in Iraq, hindering the development efforts in Iraq, I can't see how they support the Islamic causes. I believe these are simple slogans which they hide behind it, and these tools, they work to serve the Iranian interests.
Damn, bro.
Rather than the slogans they claim.
Yeah, so bro dropped his little 2-minute speech, obliterated the shit out of them. They screwed up that badly, that they're being condemned as being bad Muslims. Meanwhile, the people in Iran, this is them, right? The leftists are telling you, no, you can't bomb people to liberate them. Well, look at all these liberated people. They would not have been allowed to walk around with their hair uncovered like this. Yeah, so this is them being viciously in a war, right? Every leftist says that, no, how are you attacking the Iranian regime? No, the innocent people. Well, these are the innocent people, all right? These are the people we're fighting for, quite literally. Now, Pete Hegseth apparently destroyed the entire press, all right? He gave this little meeting, gave us a little update on what's going on, and then demolished the press. Everyone told me that this speech is fire. I cover all the things. I don't know if you've noticed.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hegseth, sir.
Yesterday at Dover Air Force Base, President Trump, the chairman, and I stood in solemn silence as heroes came home. Flag-draped caskets, we honored them. We grieved with their families, and we listened. What I heard through tears, through hugs, through strength, and through unbreakable resolve was the same from family after family. They said, finish this. Honor their sacrifice. Do not waver. Do not stop until the job is done.
But didn't the family of the soldiers that heroically fell in battle listen to Tucker Carlson's podcast when he said that actually this is a war for Israel? Unbelievable. They didn't even listen to Tucker Carlson before they decided that actually taking out a nuclear threat to our existence is actually a good thing. And that these people are heroes for going out there and fighting for our God and country. But they didn't even listen to Tucker Carlson. I can't believe it. They didn't even take Cenk Uyghur's opinion literally into their mind. They weren't like, but what would Cenk Uyghur say about this when he laughs at our troops that die in battle, literally for our country and future? You didn't even hear what HASAN PIKER had to say. Quite literally, that's why I don't give a fuck about any of their opinions. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude here, but I don't think they're operating in our best interest, in the interest of our future, and I don't think they're honoring our soldiers that are actually putting their lives on the line to fight for the next generation.
My response, along with that of the president, was simple. Of course, we will finish this. We will honor their sacrifice. Their sacrifice only steals our commitment. I wear this bracelet. Staff Sergeant Jorge Oliveira, He was one of my sergeants, or one of my specialists in Guantanamo Bay. He deployed later to Afghanistan, where he was killed on 19 October 2011. Killed 10 years after 9/11, 15 years ago. He was one of the 1%, the best of America. Not just a guardsman, but a law enforcement officer back home and a family man.
Wow.
I remember him every day, just like so many other men and women of our generation and previous generations who wear bracelets like this. Just as we will always remember those lost in this conflict. Their names are now etched into our mission and into the soul of a grateful nation. I stand here today speaking to you, the American people.
Thank you. Okay.
Not through filters.
That's right.
Not
no
through...
more CNN, because every time like you open up the media, it's like, Iran winning? Question mark? And it's like, it's honestly like unbelievable that they'll literally parrot like the Islamic terrorist talking points.
Reporters, not through cable news spin. A dishonest and anti-Trump press will stop at nothing.
True.
We know this at this point.
True.
To downplay.
I mean, to be honest, the press has been working, in my opinion, with the intelligence agencies to prevent Trump from winning any elections, right? Promoting all sorts of lies that Trump is a rapist and that Trump is a pedophile and that Trump is implicated with Epstein and, you know, pushing literally all of this garbage, right? Biden didn't release the Epstein files. There's zero evidence in the Epstein files that Trump did anything, but that doesn't matter to the press. It doesn't matter to these intelligence agencies, which is why now you have like these hardcore old-time CIA people like Tucker Carlson, whose dad was a CIA agent, like Joe Kent, who was a counterterrorism guy and also a CIA operative. And you have all these guys like counter-signaling the mission. In my opinion, we are watching a hostile attempted takeover of our country because Trump did not come from a very, very massive like intelligence background. All right, Trump was a businessman that was elected as president of the United States. And honestly, I think these intelligence agencies lost control. They lost control of the country, which is why COVID happened all of a sudden. Poof. Everyone was locked into their houses. Biden was a vegetable. We don't know who ran the country. They immediately put in Kamala Harris as like the person to follow up. No preliminaries. All right, no primaries. All right, just Kamala Harris is the person, I guess. And it really seems like we're dealing with a CIA hostile takeover of America from the inside. That's my vibe again. But then again, hey, you can call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm right very often. Listen, I'm not going to lie. If this ends up being proven in a couple of years, you're going to have to put another shekel in the Nux was always right jar.
Progress, amplify every cost.
And that's why the media and all the CIA types are all literally running propaganda for Iran constantly. Constantly. It's unbelievable.
Call into question every step. Sadly, TDS...
Like the fact that the media keeps repeating the lie of, we don't even know what our objectives are in Iran. I feel like that's the most dishonest shit I've ever heard, right? And all the Democrats have been doing the same thing. Bernie Sanders is complaining that we spent money. We spent $20 billion on this war. Excuse me, Bernie. You authorized $350 billion to go to Ukraine. A government that our intelligence agencies kind of created in Ukraine. All right, let's be honest for a second. All right, so again, Bernie Sanders argument, garbage. Right, you got Elizabeth Warren coming out saying, I saw classified information. We don't know what we're doing in Iran. Don't know what we're doing in Iran? We killed 10 generations of Ayatollahs, okay? We know what we're doing in Iran. All right, the media, we don't even know what the objectives are. We absolutely know what the objectives are. Killing the terrorists that have been trying to kill us for 47 years, preventing them from getting a nuclear weapon to eliminate us forever. Yes, it's based, actually. I don't know if you heard the memo. And it's so wild watching every single side of this come with a different reason as to why this war is bad. And the reality is we are winning tremendously.
This is in their DNA. They want President Trump to fail.
Absolutely.
But you, the American people, know better.
True.
Yes, there are reporters in front of me, but they are not our audience today. It's you, the good, decent, patriotic American people.
That's me.
You, the hardworking, tax-paying, God-fearing American patriots.
True. Based, actually.
The media here, not all of it.
Those are the main characters. I don't know if you got the memo. God-fearing American patriots are actually the main characters. The rest are NPCs. Get used to it. Like they'll walk up to you and with a straight face they'll be like, "Yeah, men could be women," and it's like, "All right, so you're an NPC." I mean, okay, all right, problem solved. Thanks.
But much of it wants you to think just 19 days into this conflict, that we're somehow spinning toward an endless abyss.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or a forever
That's
war.
another narrative. Everyone's pushing. Trump said no forever wars, and here we are in a forever war. My guy, we didn't even do this for 3 weeks. What are we even talking about? Forever war. We don't have a single soldier on the ground at forever war. Like, again, do not let the retards manipulate you.
War or a quagmire. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Based.
Hear it from me, one of hundreds of thousands who fought in Iraq and Afghanistan, who watched previous foolish politicians like Bush, Obama, and Biden squander American credibility.
Yeah.
This is not those wars.
He's right. Like, literally just look at the data. Look at the data, and you will come to this conclusion. He's just right here.
President Trump knows better. Epic Fury is different. It's laser focused. It's decisive.
We're built different, bro.
Our objectives, given direct...
We are Oromogging all the other administrations, all right? We are military maxing, and we are bomb maxing. Right? We are Ayatollah maxing. There have been more Ayatollahs in the last 2 weeks than ever before.
From our America First president remain exactly what they were on day one. These are not the media's objectives, not Iran's objectives, not new objectives, our objectives. Unchanged, on target, and on plan. Destroy missiles, launchers, and Iran's defense industrial base so they cannot rebuild, destroy their navy, and Iran never gets a nuclear weapon.
It's literally
Our
that simple.
Objectives from day one.
And then the media will be like, we don't even know what their objectives are. Like, they're so blatantly dishonest, it's insane. And so many people fall for this shit. But if you watch this blue retard on the internet, you did not fall for the psyop. All right, I guarantee you, if you're watching this dumb fuck over here, me, that's right, this guy, you did not fall for the psyop that I think so many people fell for.
To the patriotic members of the press, nobody can deliver perfection in wartime. This building knows that more than anyone. But report the reality. We're winning.
That's funny because the left doesn't believe in reality, all right? All right, you ask them what is a woman and you watch their face fucking die. Like, bro, what, like, are we serious? Bro, they don't believe in reality. Reality doesn't exist to the left. You have to understand something pretty fundamental here.
Decisively and on our terms. Iran is a vast country, and just like Hamas and their tunnels, they've poured any aid, any economic development, humanitarian aid into tunnels and rockets. That's what they did with Hamas. Iran has funneled decades of state resources, not to their people, but into missiles and drones and proxies and buried facilities.
Yeah.
But we are hunting them down methodically, ruthlessly, and overwhelmingly.
And they're gonna fucking die. And it's great, actually, that they're gonna fucking die. And I'm sure that someone's crying about it, but quite literally, your tears are delicious because they're gonna fucking die, and it's gonna be awesome. That's right. Killing terrorists is based, actually. All right, don't let these retards trick you. Oh, but the terrorists, no, they're gonna fucking die. It's awesome. It's fucking dope. It's great. Man, dead terrorists? Oh, love that shit.
No other military in the world can do, and the results speak for themselves.
True.
To date, we've struck over 7,000 targets across Iran and its military infrastructure. That is not incremental. That is overwhelming force applied with precision. And again, today will be the largest strike package yet, just like yesterday was. As I've said from day one, our capabilities continue to build. Iran's continue to degrade.
Yeah, this is
We're
an
hunting
overwhelming victory,
and striking death and destruction.
And also, you have to understand that our objectives and their objectives are very different, all right? People think that this is like a head-to-head fight. We're doing our best. They're doing their best. It's literally not true. And the reality is, we have nukes. Like, if we wanted this war to end by any means necessary, we could end the war in, like, 4 hours. Okay, literally. And there would be no country left. Obviously, we want the people in Iran to rise up and make something beautiful from their country because they're a wonderful people in Iran. A fantastic, wonderful people that's been oppressed for the last 47 years. And we want them to rise up. But the reality is they are doing everything in their power to exterminate us. They are fighting a genocidal conflict with their goal is the eradication of, quite literally, as it says in the Quran, Jews and Christians are the lowest of creatures. And therefore, America and Israel are the two Satans citizens that they are trying to exterminate. They literally say it themselves. They're fighting a genocidal conflict, and we are literally fighting a conflict to prevent them from genociding us literally ever. And also killing as many terrorists as possible, because that's actually fucking awesome. All right, despite what they tell you. No, killing is bad. I saw a Hollywood movie about a soldier who had PTSD because he killed an Arab. All right, killing terrorists is based, actually. And I'm not underplaying it for any soldier with PTSD. It is a real horrible thing that so many people go through. But this Hollywood romanticization of the poor terrorist that's just trying to live his life, no, that guy's gonna fucking die, actually.
From above. Iran's air defenses flattened. Iran's defense industrial base, the factories, the production lines that feed their missile and drone programs being overwhelmingly destroyed.
Good shit, sir.
We've hit hundreds of their defense industrial bases directly. Their ability to manufacture new ballistic missiles has probably taken the hardest hit of all.
Oh, W.
Ballistic missile attacks against our forces, down 90% since the start of the conflict. Same with one-way attack UAVs. Think kamikaze drones, down 90%.
Japan knows the thing.
Now, the Iranians will still shoot, we know that. But they would shoot a lot more if they could.
Well,
but they can't.
Again, it's the same with Hamas. Like, their goal when they attacked Israel on October 7th was the total destruction of all Jews in Israel. They stated themselves. It's in their charter. It's literally stated in their charter, if there is ever a rock or ever a tree, the rock and the tree will shout, "Hello, Muslim. Hello, servant of Allah. There is a Jew hiding behind this rock and this tree. Come and kill the Jew." Right? This is literally in the Hamas charter. Their stated goal was genocide on October 7th. They wanted to genocide the Jews. However, like almost every single Arab conflict, they got fucking obliterated. Arab warfare be like epic chants, cool music videos, do some terrorism, and fucking die. All right, I don't mean to be rude here or anything, but this is literally been pretty consistent.
The last job anyone in the world wants right now?
Ayatollah.
Senior leader for the IRGC or Besiege. Temp jobs.
Oh, diabolical.
All of them.
True.
And to borrow a page from Admiral Ernest King in World War II, we've decided to share the ocean with Iran.
Oh, that's nice.
We've given them the bottom half.
Yeah,
we've damaged...
That's fucking crazy. Oh my God. We are sharing the ocean with Iran. We get the top half.
Or sunk
That's
over 120
crazy.
Of their Navy ships,
W.
with battle damage assessments pending for many more. See, oftentimes we have to wait a few days on battle damage assessment to get the real number. Their surface fleet is no longer a factor. Their submarines, they once had 11, are gone. Their military ports are crippled.
Good shit.
Iran has
Overwhelming
terrorized
victory.
the United States and our interests for 47 years.
True.
Their core industries, not steel or agriculture,
Terror.
tourism.
Terror.
Their core industries
Terror.
are state-sponsored terrorism,
Exactly.
proxy militias,
Exactly.
underground networks, ballistic
100%.
missiles, and a violent, messianic, Islamist ideology chasing some sort of apocalyptic endgame.
Literally, they say it themselves. They quite literally say it themselves. Their goal is an apocalyptic future where they destroy literally everyone, and they don't care if they die too. Now, I see a lot of people being like, who cares if they get nukes? There'll be like mutually assured destruction, you know. North Korea has nukes. They haven't nuked us, even though they fucking hate us too. And the reality is because they know that if they try to nuke us, we'll nuke them back, and they won't exist either. So there's always this mutually assured destruction concept that will prevent nuclear countries from attacking other nuclear countries. And a lot of people say, well, Iran will have the same exact deterrent. Even if they develop nukes and they try to nuke us, we'll just nuke them back and they'll be dead. Difference is, they are literally an apocalyptic death cult. They don't mind getting nuked if it means they could kill the great Satan. America, in their words. So the reality is, this is very much not like anyone else, right? You cannot calculate their ideological perspectives the same way we calculate a rationalist ideological perspective, because quite literally, they are irrational. Their literal ideology is die for Allah and kill the infidel. Like, literally, not exaggerating. And you can't negotiate with these people. You can't expect them to do what we would consider the rational option and not engage in nuclear warfare. And that's why they need to be fucking destroyed. And that's why it's based as fuck that we're doing it now when they don't actually have the defense capabilities to hold us back or to give us too many casualties. And I feel like so many people are, like, retarded about it.
A regime like that refusing to abandon its nuclear ambitions is not just a regional problem.
Yeah.
It's a direct threat to America,
literally,
to freedom and to civilization.
Yeah. Yeah.
The world, the Middle East, our ungrateful allies in Europe, even segments of our own press should be saying one thing to President Trump.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the courage to stop this terrorist.
Thank you, Mr. President. Would you like a blowjob with that?
State from holding the world hostage with missiles while building or attempting to build a nuclear bomb. Thank you for doing the work of the free world. Yesterday's ceremony reminded us why we fight. Not for nation building or democracy promotion,
for the future
but
of
to
America.
crush direct threats to America,
Taste.
Americans, and our interests.
That's right.
We fight to win, and we are winning.
Yep.
On our terms, following our objectives.
That's right. I don't know if the Ayatollahs got the news, but God just likes us better than them. It turns out. Yeah, God likes us better, and therefore we're fucking killing them, and they are fucking dying. It's a collaboration. We kill them, they die. Literally everyone gets what they want. Nux, you're being mean to the fucking terrorist Ayatollah guys. Being mean? Ha! I'm being biblical. I think our response needs to be biblical.
Year-old son popped into my office last night while I was editing these remarks.
Hey.
He asked about the war and the families I met at Dover.
Wow.
And I looked at him and I said, they died for you, son.
Wow.
So that your generation doesn't have to deal with a nuclear Iran.
Powerful message.
It's the truth. And they did. So to the families who said, finish this, we will. And I say the same to every American who wants peace through strength. May Almighty God continue to bless our troops in this fight. And again, to the American people, please pray for them.
I do.
Every day.
I do.
On bended knee, with your family, in your schools, in your churches, in the name of Jesus Christ. To the troops, keep going, and Godspeed. Over to you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Wow, that was really unbelievable. Yeah, that was a really good speech. And then they're gonna give us little details, which I've already basically covered. Someone sent me this. I don't know who this Joel Webben guy is. It is not Christian to lie to your son regarding that they died for you so your generation doesn't have to deal with the nuclear Iran. This is fucking evil shit. I don't know who this guy is, but this is diabolical, dude. What are you talking about? Like, there's this massive, like, demoralization op going on, and it is fucking tiring. Dude, God bless our troops. God bless our country. I'm, like, just so perturbed by, like, this slopification of media these days. And speaking of the slopification of media, no media slop has been as good as discussing whether Benjamin Netanyahu is alive or dead. So, Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, he's been in a lot of drama lately. A lot of drama. All right, and he just gave a press conference to the international press literally yesterday, right? So, we're going to be covering it right now. Now, they're saying that it was a whole pre-recorded, AI-generated press. He's actually secretly dead. I can't believe the third world is still fucking doing this. And this is their evidence. It's honestly incredible stuff, right? So, as you can see over here, he's holding the podium thingy, and his jacket sleeve falls down. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's not there. And then, wow, it falls down. He might actually be dead. Alex Jones, he might actually be dead. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God. He literally pulled his arm a little bit back and his jacket sleeve, which was on the podium, fell off the podium. Like, we are literally dealing with the age of the retard. Like, for real, these ironically retarded Pakistani botted fucking third world accounts managed to invade our internet. That's right. It's our internet. We made the internet. It's ours. You are our guests, and you are slopifying it. This is crazy. Like, you bring Pakistanis into England, you have grooming gang scandals. You bring Pakistanis onto the internet, you get this fucking shit everywhere. Listen, I'm just real. The end shitification all comes from the same fuck. All right, this is getting racist real fast. which is probably why you subscribe to me, because I'm honest. Racist sometimes, perhaps, but honest. Now, he got into a lot of drama over this entire situation. All right, he gave this little press conference, and he had this to say, which ruffled a lot of feathers. This is how it was clipped for Twitter.
Also wrote The Lessons of History, very brief, 100-page book, in which he said, well, history proves that, unfortunately and unhappily, Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. Because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. Aggression will overcome moderation. So you have no choice. If you look at the world as it is today, you have to be blind not to see that the democracies led by the United States have to reassert their will to defend themselves and to oppose their enemies in time while there's still time, before the jarring gong of danger wakes them up and wakes them up too late. This is where we are now. The fact that people don't see that, the fact that a lot of the news media are harking on a lot of fake news, but also a lot of short-sightedness, and do not see the historic period and the historic struggle that we are engaged in now, doesn't obviate these truths.
So he made this statement that a lot of people clipped shortly. Netanyahu, Jesus Christ, has no advantage over Genghis Khan because if you are strong enough, ruthless enough, powerful enough, evil will overcome good. And obviously, a lot of people were very unhappy about this for like the most obvious reason ever. You know, because Jesus Christ was objectively a way better guy than Genghis Khan. What are you talking about? This got 20 million views just on this one tweet alone. Everyone's talking about it. So, and everyone was criticizing for it. And the reality is, if you actually watch the speech, I deleted my earlier repost of this because it was pointed out to me that Netanyahu was quoting an author, something that accounts reposting this clip failed to mention in an effort to make it appear as though they are Netanyahu's own words. He's actually making a good point along the lines of evil prevails when good men do nothing. And that was his point. He is actually, in fact, this became like a whole Twitter news story. Netanyahu quotes historian on power over morality in Iran war. All right. And the reality is he made a quote about how being good is super important, but being good and doing nothing is not enough. You have to be good and also be powerful and do things that are the right things. All right. Otherwise, you'll have barbaric savages trample you. That was the point that he's making and why he's quoting that historian. All right. He's not equating Jesus Christ to Genghis Khan in any way, but like these were all more than happy to, you know, quote him out of context for this one. So, you know, being that he ruffled a lot of feathers, and I'm more than happy at seeing a couple of Netanyahuisms or something. All right, this was his English address. He gave a press conference to both the Israeli media and the international media. And I mean, to be fair, according to like all the third worlders, this guy's the secret president of the United States of America. So we should listen to what he has to say or something.
Now the Prime Minister will be speaking in English.
All Welcome right. To the foreign press.
Thank you.
First of all, I just want to say I'm alive.
Rumors
and
dispelled.
You're all witnesses.
Rumors dispelled. It's over. It's over. Sorry, guys. Sorry, third world. All of your AI slop videos didn't kill him. That's all.
Now that I dispatched this piece of fake news,
wow.
I want to give you an update on Operation Roaring Lion.
Candace Owens sitting there, you know, stroking her imaginary beard. If he was actually alive, would he really need to tell us that he was alive? Wow. Deep.
Under President Trump's visionary leadership, America and Israel are acting together in Iran with great determination and unprecedented.
Bro, I want to see the European leaders glaze Trump as much as Netanyahu does. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I would like to see that. I mean, we literally do everything for everyone in the world. Right? And you have such these ungrateful faggots in Europe sitting there and crying and bitching about how we're too fascist or something because Trump wants to deport people that invaded our country illegally. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. All these guys need to take a lesson from Big Yahoo over here and start glazing Trump a little bit more.
Strength. Operation Rising Lion is designed to remove the existential threats posed by the Ayatollah regime, the regime that has waged war against America and Israel and the people of Iran for 47 years.
True.
It chants death to America, death to Israel, and it delivers death to its own people. True. Our goals are three. One, removing the nuclear threat. Second, removing the ballistic missile threat and removing both of these threats before they're buried deep underground and become immune from aerial attack.
Yeah.
And third, this means creating the conditions for the Iranian people to grasp their freedom, to control their destiny.
Oh, it looks like
today the Ayatollah
looks like Big Yahoo is going a little further than Mr. President Donald Trump. I think Trump definitely wants the Iranian people to seize their destiny and reclaim their people. Absolutely. He would love a good regime. I mean, Trump directly stated his plan was to keep killing Ayatollahs until they get someone in charge that he actually likes. I mean, he's like, do you have anyone in mind you'd like to take over Iran? We're going to keep fucking killing them. They're going to keep dying until someone we like shows up. We are not picking who's in charge, but we are picking who's not in charge. We make the job openings. They fill the position. And it seems like Netanyahu is definitely focusing a lot more on the people in Iran rising up.
The regime is not only attacking America, not only attacking Israel, not only attacking the Iranian people. It is attacking the entire Middle East and beyond. They've attacked civilians and Americans and American assets in Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Oman, and they've even attacked through their proxies.
Yeah, dude, it was that might have been one of the dumbest fucking military decisions of all time. Iran gets attacked, they decide to just fucking bomb everyone in the neighborhood. That might have been one of the biggest military miscalculations ever. Not the biggest. I think the biggest military miscalculation in this generation was October 7th, where they decided to attack Israel, and they ended up losing Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis and the Iranian leadership. That might have been one of the most diabolical misplays of all time.
Cyprus in Europe. We've warned for decades that their ballistic missile program would be used to attack these targets far and wide.
Yeah, holy
and
shit,
if
he
they're
was
not
right.
stopped, that's just...
Damn, I didn't even think of it this way. But, because when Netanyahu always Iran is 2 weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. They're going to attack their Arab neighbors. I was always like, all right, dude's just trying to get a war going. Dude's just trying to start a war. This isn't going to happen. But no, he was actually fucking right. Wow, that's actually insane.
It's the beginning. The death cult in Iran is trying to blackmail the world by closing a key international maritime route, the Straits of Hormuz. It won't work. Israel is helping in its own way, and intel and other means, the American effort to open the Straits of Hormuz, rather. But I want to ask you to imagine how the Ayatollah regime would be able to blackmail the entire world if they had ballistic missiles with nuclear warheads.
Yeah, he's right about that.
Just imagine what they would do. Look at what they're doing now and imagine what they would do if they had ballistic missiles.
That's why attacking them now is so crucial. He's completely right about this.
International range ballistic missiles.
Yeah, everyone's fucking crying and screaming about the Strait of Hormuz being closed while Iran has no military. All right, Iran has two retards on little dinky rowboats with fucking aquatic mines. All right, and they're crippling the Strait of Hormuz. Imagine if they had nukes. They could hold the whole world hostage whenever they fucking wanted. And they would have, absolutely. They're a death cult.
And nuclear-tipped warheads. Just imagine what a great threat that would be. So today, Israel and the United States are protecting America, Israel, the entire Middle East, but I venture to say the entire world.
Yeah.
Despite the fake news that is unfortunately being spread since the start of the war 20 days ago, we are winning and Iran is being decimated. Iran's missile and drone arsenal is being
if you think about it, Netanyahu is alive and all the Ayatollahs are not. So, technically, that speaks for itself.
Massively degraded and will be destroyed. Hundreds of their launchers have been destroyed. Their stockpiles of missiles are being hit hard, and so are the industries that produce them. That's important. In Rising Line, we destroyed missiles, and we destroyed a lot of the nuclear infrastructure. But what we're destroying now are the factories that produce the components to make these missiles and to make
we sending
the
them back to
nuclear
the dark
weapons
ages
that they're trying to produce. We're wiping out their industrial
Holy
base
shit.
in a way
They're not even going to be able to record themselves having sex with goats. They'll have to just tell their friends about it, and they'll probably believe them.
that we didn't do before. Iran's air defenses have been rendered useless. Their navy is lying at the bottom of the sea. Today we hit the other part of their navy in the Caspian Sea. Their air force is nearly destroyed. Iran's command and control structure is in utter chaos. And I can tell you that there's still more work to do, and we're going to do it. And I want to close these opening remarks with one other fake news. And that is that Israel somehow dragged the U.S. into a conflict with Iran.
Oh boy, he's engaging with the thing. That's crazy. Hold up.
Does anyone really think that someone can tell President Trump what to do?
Damn.
Come on.
President
Trump always makes his decisions on what he thinks is good for America.
President Trump just spins a bottle. He has a big map. He spins a bottle. He's like, Venezuela. That's what we're going to do. Marco, get on that shit.
And may I add, I think what is also good for future generations. In this case, those interests are absolutely clear, and so is the clarity of our achievements. Together in close coordination with President Trump, the close coordination between America and Israel, our militaries, our intelligence services, we're achieving goals in lightning speed. But I want to say another word. It's been said that for 40 years, I've been saying that Iran is a danger to Israel and a danger to the world.
True, he has been doing that.
That is true.
Bro shows up. I'm so happy he's at least addressing this, because one of the major criticisms of Netanyahu is that every 2 weeks, bro shows up and is like, Iran is 2 weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. We must destroy them. He's been saying this for 40 years. I mean, he's been sort of right, but like...
You know who else said that? President Trump.
True!
47 years...
True! Wait, hold up. True!
Years ago.
Not wrong.
The Iranian thugs took over the American embassy, he said how dangerous this regime is. In his first term in office, he didn't need any convincing. He said the Iranian nuclear deal was the worst deal that he'd ever seen, and he walked out of it. Right before his second term, before he was reelected, I went to see him in Mar-a-Lago. The first thing he said to me was, "Baby, we've got to make sure that Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons."
I told you he was planning this the whole fucking time. Holy shit. All those Netanyahu visits to the White House, all of that shit, it was all planning for this Iran conflict. Like, Trump knew that these retards had to go, and he planned it from the very beginning.
He said that to me. I didn't say it to him. He didn't need any convincing there either.
Yeah, by the way, I completely believe him, because Trump has been consistent for the last 40 years saying that they needed to obliterate the Iranian regime.
Why did he say that? Because for more than 4 decades, this regime, as I said in the beginning of my remarks, is chanting death to Israel, death to America. But they say Israel is only the small Satan standing in their way.
That's true. They do
The
say
great
that.
Satan is the United States of America.
It's so funny watching, like, international politics, because, like, you'll have these, like, American guys being like, Israel secretly controls America. You have the rest of the world that's like all the Muslim countries, they all think that Israel is America's attack dog in the Middle East, which I think is more accurate if you actually ask me. I think that Israel basically does whatever America wants, because we give them billions of dollars, which I don't think we should. I don't actually like the idea of funding anybody. I don't want to fund any foreign countries, to be honest. You know, just billions of dollars every year. If you want my opinion, I don't want to do that. But the reality is, Israel does know that, and I think Israel basically does whatever we want. That's my opinion, which is why every time Trump gets upset and he's like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and then, like, you'll always have, like, Israel, like, back off and apologize. Because the reality is, I think that Trump and America, but mostly Trump, uses Israel as essentially its bad cop. He's the good cop, right? Everyone thinks Trump is bullying everybody, and he is. I think Trump is essentially the good cop. Israel's the bad cop, and that way Israel will blow their shit up, and Trump will be like, Israel, why did you do that? Israel, why would you do such a thing? And then Israel will be like, oh, my bad, and it was actually all coordinated. That's my conspiracy theory.
And these ideological fanatics, these lunatics, define their raison d'etre, their reason for being, is wiping out Western civilization and America that leads it. They have claimed the lives, they've maimed and wounded thousands of Americans in Iraq and Afghanistan. They killed the American Marines in Beirut. They bombed your embassies. They tried to assassinate the American president, Donald Trump, not once, but twice.
True. True.
Now they blackmail for oil.
Yeah.
Just imagine what they would do, what they're capable of doing, if these lunatics had nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to every American city and every European city and everywhere around the globe. This is a danger for the entire world. It's certainly a danger for Israel. It's certainly a danger for America. We see eye to eye on that. President Trump and I, Israel and America. But I think if people are honest, if leaders are honest, they would understand that we're not only fighting our fight, we're fighting their fight. I
think they
speak
do.
to dozens of
They
world
just don't want to get
leaders.
involved.
Dozens. They all know that. And privately,
It's hilarious. They'll put on a show that they're actually super unhappy that this is going on, you know, because obviously all these countries are being invaded by Islamic migrants and they need to suck their balls to get their votes. Like that's what England and France and Spain are doing, essentially. You know, they all condemn it, of course, but I'm sure they're all thrilled about it. They don't want to deal with a nuclear Iran. Are you kidding?
they all say that. They say that privately, but I say it publicly. The world owes a debt of deep indebtedness to President Trump for leading this effort to safeguard our future.
Damn.
Questions?
Wow, he totally sounds like he's secretly controlling America and stuff, obviously. All right, now before I go, people gave me this timestamp where apparently they asked him about bombing Iran's oil. All right, because that was a pretty major story. Israel bombed Iran's oil. Iran responded by bombing the Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and Qatar's oil. Trump released a big tweet saying, "Israel, stop doing it. Stop bombing their oil. If you do bomb their oil, I will be very mad. And if they keep bombing Qatar's oil, I will fucking kill them." And he made that big tweet. I covered it in my previous video. So I wanted to see what he has to say about the fact that, you know, basically America pulled the leash and said you can't bomb their oil anymore. Which, again, in my opinion, is a good cop, bad cop strategy. I totally believe that Trump knew about this beforehand, and now he's being good cop saying don't bomb their oil. I think he was doing this to escalate. That's my conspiracy, but we don't know for sure.
In Iran, and are you confident that your strategy will still lead to regime change? And then secondly, if I may, you've also indicated today that you made a commitment to President Trump not to strike these oil and gas facilities in the future. Should President Trump come to you one day and say oil prices are too high, it's time to end this war, will you listen to him? And do you need the United States in order to continue this campaign alone?
Was that a single question? Jeremy, you really hogged it. But I'll answer your questions. I'm not sure who's running Iran right now. Mujtaba,
We keep killing their guys. Awkward.
the replacement Ayatollah, has not shown his face. Have you seen him? We haven't. And we can't vouch exactly what is happening there. There is a cloud here that's not clear. What we see is that there's a lot of tensions inside the people who are edging for the top.
Edging?
It's not a uniform
Iranian
position.
edging?
You see that sometimes with the contradictory orders that are given.
Yeah, we see
You
that
know,
a
they
lot.
do one thing and then they withdraw it and so on.
My favorite thing is the president of Iran is like, we will not be bombing any of our neighboring countries. And he's 5 minutes after he says this, they bomb their neighboring countries. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They're an actual chicken without a head.
I think it's important that they know that if they think they're going to target the world, target the president of the United States and so on, they themselves are being targeted. That creates a lot of uncertainty. We've found that can have an effect. The removal of Nasrallah has never been really been replaced, because some people are not
Nasrallah was the
replaceable.
leader of Hezbollah.
I think the authority and the hold that Khamenei has had is not going to be translated to anyone, not to Mujtaba if he's there, and not to anyone else. But I think this is part of the effort to crack the regime. It's not going to happen in one day. We're 20 days into this war. Yes, we're seeing cracks. We're seeing cracks, and we're trying to propagate them as fast as we
All right,
can.
what about the oil?
Not only in the top command, we're seeing cracks in the field. You know, it's sort of like a hollowed out, rotten piece of wood that's holding on the outside, but there's a lot of rot inside. We're seeing some defections. We're seeing fear and trepidation in the IRGC units that are manning the
Imagine scaring a
the
death
ballistic
cult to
missiles.
death. That's crazy.
You know why? Because they're afraid to die. They're not all suicidal. In fact, most of them are not. So we're seeing cracks, but
most of them aren't even suicidal. Wow, that's a big W. Wow, that's pretty huge.
We're going to hit them again and again. The minimum thing we want to do is, again, erase the industrial capacity that they had to produce these weapons. They'll have to build it from a start, and that's very hard. It's very hard to do underground, too. So they're not going to be able to just take the pieces and move them below the earth. It's going to be a lot harder for them. But ideally, if it cracks enough, and with some other things that I won't get into, yes, the regime could change. Is it guaranteed? No. And is it up to the Iranian people in the final accounting to make use of the conditions that we're doing in weakening this regime? We'll see. I cannot tell you. They're very brave, by the way. I don't come and criticize them in any way. I think they're very brave. I think they've suffered enormously.
Yeah.
And the question is, will we have a meeting ground between the weakening of the regime and the rising of the people in many ways that could develop? We'll see.
I hope so.
On the oil and gas
All right, here we go.
questions, I can only tell you this. Look, I don't think any two leaders have been as coordinated as President Trump and I. He's the leader. I'm, his ally.
He's the boss. I am co-boss, sort of, a little bit. Yeah, totally sounds like he controls America, guys. Did you get the memo?
America is the leader. Israel is, as the National Security Memorandum described us, I think a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I think, something like that. They called Israel the model ally. That's how they call it, the model ally.
Yeah.
It's not a superpower, but America is seeking around the world, and you hear it from the speeches of President Trump and others in the administration. They say, "Where are you?"
He's right. He is right.
We've helped you.
Look, I've said this for a very long time. There is a massive, massive shift in alliances throughout the world. Right, the Eurocucks are kind of killing themselves, mostly through migration and shit. But the reality is, our biggest allies right now are countries like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Israel, Argentina, El Salvador, Japan, and it's really not the Europeans. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Israel, believe it or not, they fucking got up and they're fighting this fight with us. I mean, I would argue that they should. It's a bigger threat to them than it is to us, the fact that Iran exists, but it's a threat to both of us. And it is really nice that we actually have a actual capable ally that's not only helping us in the field, not only is it the second most powerful air force on the planet, according to Pete Hegseth, but also, let's not forget that they've developed a lot of really cool fucking tech that we are going to be using. The Iron Dome that we're going to be using and making the Golden Dome, that's Israeli tech. And it's really nice to actually have people capable and driven enough to actually want to develop new shit constantly. Also, we give them billions of dollars, so they should be helping us, don't get me wrong. But, so yeah, anyway, regardless, it is pretty wild watching this dynamic shift.
All these years, where are you when we're doing something that is as important, at least as important for you as it is important for us?
Okay, no, it's not. It's more important for Israel than it is for America. Don't get me wrong. It is important for both. I think it's objectively imperative to obliterate the Iranian regime. They are threatening us constantly. Don't get me wrong. But no, I do think absolutely it's more vital for Israel than for America. Definitely more time dependent.
And yet one country is there. And against all the vilifications that are leveled at Israel is sponging off America and all that. No, it's not. It's not. Israel is a brave country, a resolute country, with an incredible army, incredible soldiers, incredible courage. And
I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm not going to lie. If you look back at Israel's history, they've fucking won every war, and they haven't started a single one. It's honestly pretty insane if you think about it. They've been outnumbered a billion, literally a billion versus 10 million. All right, and they've been winning wars. Honestly, incredible shit.
We're fighting alongside the United States when the chips are down. We're fighting with the United States. We're fighting for a common goal. So I can tell you that that's the most important coordination. But in practice, President Trump and I speak regularly. We discuss things, our staffs discuss things, our militaries are in close coordination as never before. But ultimately, President Trump makes his own decisions. And do I respect them? Yes, I do.
The question is whether you would or could continue the war without...
Just one question, Jeremy. Thank you.
Could you without the United States? Without the refueling capabilities, for example?
We're going to close. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
You
Thank
exhausted
you,
your
everyone,
questions.
for your questions today.
All right. All right. Well, anyway, so that was a thing, apparently. Yeah, it's still shocking to me that people think that this guy somehow controls the United States. It's an absolutely mind-boggling proposition, honestly. Does Israel's lobby have an impact on United States politics? Yeah, probably less of an impact than, like, the Islamic lobbies, which are way richer. But the reality is, we share a lot of enemies, and I feel like a lot of people are a little bit too naive to see that. They're like, Iran is so far away. They don't actually pose a threat to us. They've only killed thousands of us trying to kill Donald Trump multiple times, and are developing weapons to quite literally bomb us from all the way from there. But yeah, no, we have no issue. We should totally let them get nukes. It's a preposterous, retarded position, and I am glad that Israel is a capable ally over there. I'm not going to lie. And now I would like to not give away any more of our money to any foreign countries, please. Thank you so much for listening. But dude, the Israel derangement syndrome and Trump derangement syndrome, it is literally, it's gotta be two strains of the same disease, man. But yeah, realistically, we are the world's superpower. Every other country on the planet needs to acknowledge that and know that. And if they don't, then they're not going to get our literal benevolent grace. That's what I have to say about it. We benefit way more on this Iran war than we do with the Russia-Ukraine war, and we've spent way more money, like literally over 10 times the amount on the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which literally doesn't benefit us at all. We spent $20 billion on this war so far, quite literally destroying an existential threat to us that have been killing us for 47 years. We've spent $350 billion on the Ukraine war, which literally doesn't benefit us at all. All right, it's a very nice charity. Don't get me wrong. I'm really happy that Ukraine wasn't steamrolled by Russia. I am, quite literally, and that's why I view it as a charity. I think this war is a necessity, and in fact, it's really happening at a time where they can't put up as much of a fight as they would be able to if we gave them another 10 years to develop nukes. All right, Netanyahu bombs their oil fields. Trump says, stop bombing their oil fields, and Netanyahu stops bombing their oil fields. We all know who's in charge, all right? The Jews. Netanyahu, a lot of people don't know, he's a second-tier Jew, all right? He's the secret Jews in charge of all of it. Chabad Lubavitch. They are actually the ones pulling the strings. Ask Tucker Carlson. He figured it all out. So to the Jews that are manipulating us into this war, I'm really grateful that that the Jews on this side of the conflict are absolutely helping us destroy the Jews on the other side of the conflict. All right, I'm getting a little too sarcasm-y here, I see. Now, there's some insane shit that's been going on in America. Insane shit been happening, and quite literally, it's getting brushed under the rug because there's so much insane, like, geopolitical stuff happening outside. A lot of people are forgetting what's happening inside. And unfortunately, this guy doesn't forget, and I'm going to be covering all the things. So, insane breaking news, and for some reason, no one even knows about this or is talking about this because of this gigantic demoralization campaign to trick you into thinking that Trump isn't actually doing anything because they're trying to steal the country from under us with a giant CIA-backed Democrat coup, all right? Hey, that's a conspiracy theory, but it's also correct. As you'll see, I tend to be correct sometimes. Wow, Trump revoked 200,000 India driver's licenses with the Prime Minister of India on the phone. Which is fucking crazy. And also just a gigantic, huge ball maneuver. And also a massive W. This is a huge W that no one wants to talk about. Now, the House has voted 228 to 190 to pass the Bow Wow Act. This is an act which allows for the deportation of any non-citizen who harms law enforcement animals. 190 Democrats voted against it. This is the most unbelievable bullshit I've ever seen in my entire life. Truly sickening. Right, so here we have, literally, foreigners attacking our police officers and law enforcement animals, and we're still not allowed to deport them according to 190 of these retards. Again, I am unbelievably fatigued with leftists that quite literally want people to rape our country. That's literally their policy. Leftist policy is bring them in, let them rape us. It's tiring, but that's literally what we're dealing with. You have to know exactly what our enemies believe in order to destroy them. And that's what we need to do, right? We're not making peace with evil. We're destroying them, right? Well, why are so many Democrats against this? It seems pretty obvious to vote in favor of this. Grok is not available for you. All right, great. But the reality is, this is unbelievable. 190 people refuse to deport non-citizens that harm us. Again, they hate us. They fucking hate us. It's obvious. In fact, they hate us so much, they got this guy elected, Zoran Mamdani, Islamist, communist, mayor of New York. Rama Duwaji, Zoran Mamdani's wife, celebrated Pakistan terrorists, including a plane hijacker, in social media posts from early adulthood. Posts also been found in which he posted the N-word. Oh my God, the N-word. So again, just to understand what's going on here, right? The left, they will ruin your life if you said the N-word. They will ruin your life, straight up. They'll get you fired from your position. They'll get you killed, quite literally. There are people who have been assaulted physically for saying words like this and been defended by the left, literally. We've had, like, Carmelo Anthony stabbed a white kid, and they're like, he looked at him in a racist way, and so therefore it's fine. Which is unbelievably fucking evil, obviously. But here we have the most woke retard on the planet. Not only does she look like extra from The Walking Dead, but she posted the N-word. Oh, and also, you know, glorified terrorism, and literally no one cares. It's because the left actually supports terrorism, but you're not allowed to know about that. Now, this is going on in New York City now, all right? This is Nasadir Tate, all right? Definitely sounds like a straight white male to me. Arrested for randomly punching a person in the New York City subway who later died. Tate is only being charged with a misdemeanor assault charge and was already released from jail. Mamdani's New York City, ladies and gentlemen, they want to fucking kill you. This is leftist policy, okay? This isn't just leftist ideology. This isn't just some random fringe TikToker who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk. They, on an institutional level, want you to fucking die. And they'll cry when we kill terrorists that are trying to kill us because they side with the terrorists who are trying to kill us because they are trying to kill us. I know that the math is very complicated for people, but this is real world politics, all right? This isn't like hoogie boogie in the clouds, a couple of random retards on one side and another side of some sort of geopolitical issue, all right? This is the real world ramification of left-wing politics. They want to fucking kill you, all right? Wake up and pay attention to it, because quite literally, this isn't how the news is reported in the media, obviously, because unlike the media, I am honest. They want to fucking kill you, and that's why they'll defend the people trying to kill you. Actually, it makes sense. Now, New York, income-wise, is really bad.
Let them live someplace else. It'd be one thing if they were proving that spending all this money is helping the homeless population get off the streets and get back into work, but there's no sign of that. In fact, the homeless population is only growing in this city. Governor Hochul, meanwhile, is
the reason for this is because actually socialism is cancer. It doesn't work. Not only does it not work, but if you promise to give free shit to homeless people, well, then more people are going to be homeless. More people from neighboring states are going to come to join the homeless population of New York City. And those guys that are getting free shit, guess who they're going to vote for? That's right. They're going to vote for the fuckwad that fucking hates you and wants to kill you. The one that's deliberately taking your tax dollars to give it to people who didn't deserve it. And that is why not only is socialism satanic, but it's also cancerous. And it also doesn't work. So, if you actually paid attention to the numbers, the cost per unhoused person, all right, you're not allowed to call them homeless anymore. That's offensive. All right, the cost per unhoused person in NYC is $81,700. So just understand this for a minute, okay? New York City is now paying $81,000 per homeless person. The average median household income is $81,000 for a New Yorker. You work hard and receive nothing in return while the homeless receive your entire paycheck for free. That's right. Now, it's not fraud. It's technically the law. It's waste, and it's unbelievable, and it's satanic. And the lesson for this is just be fucking homeless. Just be homeless. You'll make as much as someone that actually is working their ass off. And this is why not only is communism evil and theft, all right, but also communism doesn't fucking work. Because why on earth would you wake up, work your ass off to provide for your family if instead of doing anything productive, you could do fucking nothing and get that money anyway? This is exactly why communism is cancer. All right, this is why communism, socialism, Marxism, it's all cancer. It all doesn't work in practice, and it's all satanic in ideology. So now the state is spending as much per homeless person as the average income. So why fucking work? And that's what these people are thinking of. And that's why the homeless population is actually growing. And if you look at the numbers, in 2019, $102 million was spent on homeless services. Now in 2025, $368 million is spent on homeless services. And guess what? It didn't even work. In fact, there's more homeless people now. It's unbelievable levels of bullshit going on in this country, and we need to destroy it immediately. And that's why I've tried to bring as much attention to as many things as I possibly can. All right, meanwhile, in California, I can't believe this is a real state, man. All right, this is California's unfinished wildlife bridge to nowhere. It cost over $100 million to make a bridge to nowhere. This is the most unbelievable shit of all time. First of all, this should not cost $100 million. Second of all, it's useless. My taxpayer dollars should not be funding a bridge to nowhere at all. Literally. But it cost $100 million. Now, I don't know how many politicians got uber rich through this entire project with all sorts of kickbacks and crap like that. But this shit's unbelievable. All right, so these people are going to cry about us spending money to kill terrorists in the Middle East that have been trying to kill us, and they'll spend their money on this? Like, are we even serious? Now, Nick Shirley made this video. Everyone's been talking about it. I even did an entire video on it. Essentially where he exposed $170 million in fraud in this one video alone. Now, this video has 336,000 likes, 39 million views. All right, this is a massive story. Even Elon Musk retweeted it. Everyone is talking about it. And to understand exactly how diabolical it is, every single person that uploaded this video to YouTube or uploaded a reaction or an analysis or a breakdown of this video to YouTube got it copyright struck. That's right, Nick Shirley got his own video copyright struck by some retard who's trying to silence him. And not just him. Asmongold also got his video copyright struck and removed for like a day. He fought the claim and won. And you know who else did? This guy! My video got copyright struck and I fought the claim and won. Of course, it's annoying and it takes hours and you have to file legal shit. But I won the claim. I also got my video copyright struck by these fucking retards trying to silence me. But it's not gonna work. And in my opinion, whoever did that copyright striking needs to go to jail for literal copyright abuse. Now, of course, I'm sure they did it through shell companies and shit, so you have no idea who actually did it. But it is an unbelievable amount of legal jargon and bullshit to silence us. And it didn't fucking work. In fact, it didn't work so badly. Here is Nick Shirley on Fox News.
Yes, the governor of California is an enemy to the people of California. He's literally...
Straight facts. Straight facts. This elite class is quite literally the enemy of the actual voter class. And, you know, we proved this very recently. You know, 80% of America wants voter ID. But the Democrats are all voting against it. Why? Why do they not want to instill the will of the American people? It's because they're trying to rig elections. I'll make it faster for you to figure it out. It's because they're trying to rig elections. It's because they're trying to cheat. It's very obvious, actually.
Working to support the fraudsters. Meanwhile, he could be working to expose the fraud. I mean, how stupid do you have to be to say, okay, let's go after the guy who's exposing the fraud. Let's not go after the fraudsters. That is what he's doing, what he's actively doing each and every single day when he makes out these statements, and all he does is blame the people who are showing the fraud. Why doesn't he say, hey, Nick, great video. How can we help?
Right. That's what I would say. Was wow, great video. How did you find this? Where did you go, and where are you going next so we can find somebody to go with you? Don't you think that would be a common response?
Exactly, because these tax dollars don't say right or left on them. They don't say Republican or Democrat.
Right.
Each tax dollar is a dollar for the American people. And when they go in and steal these dollars from us, they're not robbing just the liberal Democrat in California. They're robbing everyone. Yeah. And then the governor gets mad at the person for exposing the fraud. How crazy do you have to be to think with that logic?
God, he fucking killed him.
Yes.
So based. And honestly, a really well put together response from Nick Shirley, because Gavin Newsom's response to the fraud documentary was calling Nick Shirley, in my opinion, a pedophile. He said, this guy just likes to go snoop and look at children in daycares. What an unbelievable, vile piece of shit, honestly. And Nick Shirley handled himself very, very well. And everyone knows about this. This isn't just a very viral video on Twitter now, but this is a very viral story. 38 million views on Twitter, another whoever many, 4 more views from whoever actually watches Fox News these days. Don't get me wrong, but if you want to see the actual splash of independent journalism, little retards like me on the internet, people like Nick Shirley or Asmongold, whoever else covers this shit, this is really making the impact, because quite literally, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back too hard or anything, we're saving America. All right, it's this news coverage from all of the little people that's quite literally saving our country, because this is the truth. All right, you're actually getting the truth here, or at least I'm trying my absolute best to deliver the truth. I'm not giving you this over pasteurized bullshit. CBS News investigation. A salon, a modeling agency, and 89 hospices? We visited a 3-story LA building being called Ground Zero for fraud. We went to look for ourselves. So CBS News forced to actually do an investigation and actually do real journalism, just like Nick Shirley. And Nick Shirley responded, good work. Glad to see news organizations with $1 million budgets do some real journalism. Honestly, unbelievable. 23-year-old kid with a camera basically bullied CBS News to actually fucking do something. It's insane. It's actually insane. Now, this is an African YouTube channel, all right? And you're going to see why I'm getting here in a minute, all right? This seems like a big tangent. It's really not. This is still part of the leftoid retard situation, all right? So, this is an African YouTube channel, and they decided to do a poll in Africa to decide, wait a second, let's see what the average IQ is in Africa. Because if you look online, the average IQ of, like, Africans is, like, 80. Can't be that bad, right? Right.
Our candidate included a mix of young and old participants, male and female, as well as A-level student. Everyone who participated was above 16. Only 3% of the participants scored 102.
And they've been calling me racist for months. 3% have an average IQ. Oh my God. The Nigerian super genius is average if, like, you look at, you know, Western nations.
And another 3% scored over 80 and over 90, respectively. The highest group, 26%, scored 69, followed by the second highest group, 20%, scored 76. Disappointingly, 52%
have a score under 70. Oh my God. This is like so it's so over. It's like so over, guys. Right? And they're calling me racist. And then I say, if we import these fuckers into our country, they're going to make our country worse. Objectively, extensively, through every metric. All right? The rape rate increases, the IQ rate decreases. This isn't being racist. This is just being honest.
Of participants scored below 70.
52% below 70 IQ. That's fucking insane.
Accounting for half of our candidates. Overall, the average score was 73. Wow.
Oh! So over.
The median was 69. This raises some pertinent questions.
Does it though?
How does IQ affect a population's ability to invent, produce, develop, or run a country?
Well, Nigeria's a shithole, so I think we know the answer to that.
Is the IQ test really useful?
Well, Nigeria's a shithole. I love how this guy's like, we did test. Average IQ, sub 70. But does IQ really mean anything? Yeah, obviously it fucking does. Because they're still in the fucking Stone Ages. All right, I'm not trying to be controversial or anything, but this has been proven. In fact, speaking of Nigeria, videos show men chasing and groping women in the Ozoro Rape Festival. All right, now, again, these are the people they're trying to import into our country. Let's just understand. Many girls reportedly raped and molested by men in Ozoro during what's being described as the raping festival in the area. Well, that's pretty diabolical, actually. Holy fuck, that's insane. And here we have leftists. What do you mean there's a day set aside for men to rape women? But don't worry, because leftists are in the response to defend rape once again. But all they have to do is stay indoors from 5 p.m. on one day. It's not a big deal. They just don't need to go outside on the day of the rape festival. But should it exist in the first place? This is literally leftists' fucking retard bullshit world. All right? Like, again, this is like the Me Too movement. Every man's a rapist and evil. Except for Nigerians, you know, where they literally have a rape festival one day a year. All right? And then it's like, maybe they just shouldn't go out that day, actually. Their culture is just as good as our culture. So, again, I ask you, do we need these people in our country? Now, of course, the media is in full blast, right? This is a Hollywood production talking about how ICE agents is arresting people.
Hold on, she needs to slam.
It's only take a minute. We're leaving. Hey, man, you're hurting her.
Oh, no!
Jesus.
Jesus, it's an ICE agent arresting an innocent woman who invaded our country illegally and is in our care. I'm not going to show you more because of copyright, but like this is the shit we have to deal with. Bleakest hours of television in recent times, where they just put propaganda, like copaganda, in the fucking TV shows to convince us that ICE is actually evil. Meanwhile, I don't want this culture here. Sorry. If there is a country with an average IQ of 70 where they do rape festivals, I don't want to bring their people here. Is that really a controversial opinion? I don't know, man. I personally don't think it is controversial at all. I think, actually, we shouldn't have these people in our fucking country, obviously. In fact, here's Mahmoud Khalil. He is a Palestinian activist who claims he's Palestinian. I never heard of a Palestinian before, but apparently they exist. He's one of them. And this is what he has to say. They're trying to deport him, and they can't because district court judges keep preventing us from deporting this guy. He's not a citizen. He's on a student visa, and literally everyone is bending over backwards, making him a celebrity to try to prevent him from being deported.
So many Palestinian factions around me, but they were not interested in that as a whole. And as Bahir said, it's very racist to ask a Palestinian this question just to validate their views.
It's racist to ask a Palestinian if they support Hamas, a terrorist organization. If that's your stance, you need to get the fuck out of our country. Whoa, that is the United States designated terrorist organization. If you are too Palestinian to answer the question, then you shouldn't fucking be here. Or go back to Gaza or whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit. You shouldn't be in our country. I don't care. If you want to be here, you got to assimilate. Immigration without assimilation is invasion. And I don't want to play this game.
Because I don't see them asking any Israeli or American politician about condemning all the killing that's happening.
Ask me to condemn it. I don't care. I'll say whatever I feel like. All right. Last I checked, the killing, in quotes, is a literal response to a Palestinian terrorist organization massacring people. So in response, they fucking killed the terrorists. Now, I don't know if you heard the memo, sir, Mahmoud Khalil. You probably don't agree with this take because you're probably a terrorist yourself. But actually, killing terrorists is based as fuck, actually. And if you didn't want collateral damage to happen, well, then maybe the terrorists shouldn't have fucking started a war that they lost miserably. Again, it is so tiring watching these people jump around in circles to basically just endorse terrorism.
That, in Lebanon, in Palestine, in Iran, anywhere.
What's Palestine? Is that a country? I don't think that ever existed.
So that sort of like hypocrisy and double standards.
It's a hypocrisy. If you support military in a democratic country killing terrorists, and that's okay, but they try to support terrorist organizations that have been designated as terrorists by the United States, like Hezbollah and Hamas and the Iranian regime, and suddenly that's a bad thing? Fuck yes, actually. It is a bad thing, and if you don't like it, you should leave. You should leave. Go to Lebanon. Go to Iran. All right? Not my business. You don't need to be here, actually. All right? This country is not yours. It's insane that we need to bow down to these retards.
That's being used against us. I refuse to be part of that.
Yes. Yes, we are using the fact that you support a terrorist organization against you, correct.
And they would never answer such a question.
I would answer this question. Actually, killing terrorists is based.
In just like a 20-second sound bite.
Oh, I would do it in a 20-second sound bite. Killing terrorists is based, actually. And if you didn't want collateral damage to happen, the terrorists probably shouldn't have started a war and then used human shields and lost miserably.
Right. Just for them, like to say, oh, he's like, we pushed him, he said that.
No, he does. He supports terrorism. He so obviously supports terrorism.
He did not.
And he's in our country for some reason.
Say that, and then he is Hamas sympathizer or whatever. Or
he is a Hamas sympathizer. You need to get deported, sir.
The other part about justifying violence. Once again, like, you can never justify violence. You can never justify.
Yes, you can. Of course you could justify violence. When the terrorist tries to kill you, you fucking kill them first. That's justifying violence. I could do that. That's easy. Right, Iran has been threatening to kill us for 47 years, and now we're fucking killing terrorists, and it's based, actually. You could justify violence all the time. What are you talking about? What are you, insane? Now, you can't justify violence because you support terrorism, and you are not, quite literally, able to assimilate into Western civilization, and you need to get deported.
Justify October 7, what happened after October 7, but to them, you can never you can never contextualize October 7.
No. You cannot contextualize October 7th. October 7th was just a couple of terrorists breaking into a country, raping, massacring, and capturing as many innocent people as they could, quite literally with the stated goal of genociding the Jews in Israel. That was October 7th. No amount of context actually makes that cool and okay, and the response to destroy the terrorists that did this actually is completely valid. Sorry.
But October 7th...
I'm not happy with how Netanyahu handled it, don't get me wrong, but actually killing terrorists is based as fuck.
7 justifies everything after, which to me is again like that double standard. Like you have
double standard. I don't understand what you mean. They're trying to kill terrorists. You against that?
To be very
he is.
consistent with your values. And
I'm very consistent with my values. Killing terrorists is fucking awesome, actually.
that's what I care about, like having consistent values,
consistency
whether
matters.
about Palestine, about Israelis, about like whoever, just like
Me
that.
too.
But like,
Me too. I also have consistent values. If there was this Israeli terrorist guy, that guy needs to get fucking killed too. Execute him. Absolutely. Israeli terrorist goes out there and murders some people. Execute him. I support that for sure.
Once again, these are all like deliberate attempts to silence people, because it's easier for
Don't try to silence you. You just support terrorist organizations.
them to silence me than to actually engage.
Oh, I can engage. I can engage
in the conversation about what
you need to get deported. This isn't about silencing you. It's like, why does the government want us to deport me for supporting terrorist organizations? Why would they want to deport me for something like that? I mean, I'm just a guy. You're gonna deport me for what? For supporting terrorist organizations? You're trying to silence me. They're trying to silence my opinion. Sir, you are not American. You don't have the right to an opinion. You could get deported.
What's happening, and that's what we're seeing now, in especially when it comes to Israel's attempt to censor the First Amendment in this country.
Again, this is someone who believes that you should be executed for making fun of Muhammad. All right, he doesn't believe in the First Amendment. He doesn't actually give a shit about any of our ideals or any of our values. He's just using them against us to destroy us. All right, and Israel's not censoring the First Amendment in this country. I'm sure they would if they could, but they can't. And you, sir, do not have a protection from the First Amendment because you are not American. You are literally not American. I'm pretty sure this is like a Syrian national, all right, or something like that, or a Lebanese national, and he's not here on some sort of, he's here on a student visa or something, all right? We could revoke your visa and deport you. Absolutely. But you don't have protection for the First Amendment to support terrorist organizations? Excuse me?
Like, this is really what's happening.
No, this is really not what's happening. And again, they'll use your liberties against you to destroy you, and we need to deport these people. All right, HASAN PIKER going out there to defend Cuba's oppressive communist regime, fighting for freedom.
I am on my way to Cuba. By this time tomorrow, I will be live in Cuba. I will be doing a regular broadcast in Cuba as well.
Guys, can we take over Cuba while HASAN is there, please?
We are going to get to the island and interview a bunch of people. I'm going to be doing my regular news coverage when I'm out there. I have established a place where I'll hopefully be able to have internet access and energy, even though the grid is on shaky grounds. I'm very excited to go to Cuba and see the Cuban folks, which is a beacon of hope and resilience. Yeah.
You realize the Cuban folks are currently rebelling against the Cuban government because they're communists, right?
I will also try to do IRL streams as well. I will try to do a roaming backpack stream as well, but that one is going to be much more limited, of course. We are not going to be transmitting through the flight or the flotilla.
The flight?
Either.
God, I love how he was supposed to take like a flotilla. Turns out he's taking, a plane.
Initially, we set it up so that I could stream it, but I'm not going to be streaming that process either for safety concerns. But I will be live when I get to Cuba. Tomorrow, like I said, I will be live.
Trump, please fucking topple Cuba while HASAN is there. It would be the funniest fucking thing ever. Anyway, a trans woman retweeted this, raped a 6-month-old, in case you were unaware of that still going on. And 4 Colorado Democrats just blocked the Senate bill, which would require jail time for child rapists. Quite literally, leftists, the party of rape. They'll support Hamas, rapists. They'll import Nigerian rapists. They will promote this transgender shit, grooming shit, and then they will fight to release the pedophiles from jail. It's the pedophile party. Now, there is one pedophile activist, the likes of which we have never seen before. There is a politician named I don't know what her fucking name is. It's not a name that should be in America, to be honest. They didn't arrive on the Mayflower, to be clear. And this individual is a radical leftist communist, supported and endorsed by HASAN PIKER, and she just lost her election massively. All right, she had a massive election. Everyone was saying she was gonna win. She had all sorts of steam on social media. She even did she was beating up ICE agents, bro. Allegedly. So she must be based. Now, anyway, she lost her election massively because it turns out online communist transgenders aren't actually making up the massive voting pool. So she lost miserably, and she got arrested and is going to jail. Literally no one saw this coming. But anyway, this story is apparently fucking insane.
Everyone deserves health care.
Even illegals?
Every single person in the world deserves
Just for the record, as
this is the retard that was running, that lost, by the way. Thank God this bitch fucking lost. Now, to be clear, that is not true. Not everyone deserves healthcare. In fact, I would say no one deserves healthcare. In fact, no one deserves fucking anything. All right? We should be grateful for our country for giving us all sorts of amazing things. Right? This entitlement bullshit, it's tiring. You don't deserve shit, dude.
Candidate, you're for illegal aliens getting Medicaid.
I think everyone in the world deserves
That's a yes.
healthcare.
That's a yes.
That is a yes. This politician quite literally is showing up there and saying yes, because I'm a bleeding heart liberal named Kat Abuzagleziglu, and I am retarded and gay, and I'm trying to get votes from retards because of how much emotion I have. I am going to say that, yes, your hardworking taxpayer dollars should actually go to people that break into our country illegally, because I'm a communist retard bitch. That is literally the stance, and we have to start actually calling the shit out and humiliating these people, quite literally. This is just literally another woke white person issue, and I'm just so tired of dealing with this garbage.
Yes.
I'm such a
Democratic position.
It is a yes, but
yeah,
it's a democratic position. Illegal aliens should get Medicaid.
But I mean,
how is this controversial?
but
how is this controversial? She says. Again, these are people, the most entitled nepo people of all time. Literally, they are trying to get into power to rape us. That is the Democratic policy. It is unconsensually fucking you. Right? This is literally Democrat policy 101 these days, and it is tiring, bro. All right, well, I am going to come into power, and I am going to rape you.
How is it controversial?
How is it controversial to think I don't want someone to die?
That is their stance. We need to give free things to everybody. But why don't they actually do something to earn it, or actually go to their homeland and get it there? Why do we have to be responsible to give things to everybody? Because, you fascists, we have to give things to everybody. Did you know that there's a billionaire that's rich?
In the hospital, they can't afford it.
Who do you think pays for health care when undocumented people show up at a hospital? Who pays for that?
We all pay for it.
Exactly.
including undocumented people, because they actually contribute.
That's the point. That's the point.
We do realize that undocumented people.
No one fucking cares if undocumented people pay taxes, okay? I definitely don't.
Who pays for the welfare system in this country?
These people are coming into our country to rape us and to pillage us because our country is better than their country. So they are trying to ruin our country by invading it. And I don't actually give a flying fuck. They all need to go. Every single one of them. We have borders. Our border laws need to be enforced. They all need to fucking go. And if, unfortunately, they get sick, they should go home and get health care there. And if they're sick and dying, you know what I think? I think that our doctor should, of course, do whatever the doctor can to help this illegal alien, and immediately get ICE to deport them straight from the hospital, and then, through tariffs, bill their country of origin in order to pay for their Medicaid. That's right. No free trip, no free shit. Enough of this.
Generally, taxpayers. Are you for it or not?
Can I start my logic train?
Are you for it or not?
My logic train starts with the fact that I don't want to kick 11 million people off of Medicaid.
I do. If they're illegal in our country, they're stealing our money. I am paying taxes, and it's going to people that invaded our country. And he's claiming that they pay taxes, but they don't. They're parasites. And you people are trying to emotionally manipulate me and gaslight me. Oh, no, poor Jorge. He's just a child. He's coming from war-torn Mexico. And he's literally, I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's also not really my problem.
Aliens on or not?
First of all, do I want undocumented citizens to have health care? The answer is yes.
Abolish and prosecute ICE. We need to repeal the Patriot Act.
This is literal. These people are literally traitors to America. They're traitors to America, and they're given these platforms. Thank God she lost miserably. Thank God the average normal human being is not this fucking retarded.
We need to lift refugee caps, and we need to offer complete amnesty and citizenship to any immigrant here who has not committed a violent crime.
A violent crime, all right? Now, understand, rape is not really that violent according to the left these days, all right? I don't even know if that qualifies. Like, again, you have to understand what we're dealing with. These people are literally like again, people criticize Trump, right? Some people are unhappy with the war in Iran, stuff like that. I'm doing my best to cover all the things. I cover all the things, and I try to be as objective as I possibly can. The reality is, Trump is the fucking dam stopping retards like this from raping our country. All right, this person's like, I know the average IQ in Nigeria is 69, and I know that they have literal rape festivals where one day a year you could rape women, but we should import them en masse, give them citizenship, give them power over us. They can actually contribute, you know, because they're retarded, literally, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because they will be able to vote just like me and you. They'll have paperwork that makes them just as American as all of us, and they'll be able to control our country and rape us.
Additionally, we need trials. There is no moving forward without justice. Stern
I
words.
agree. Absolutely. We need trials. Every single woke judge that voted against ICE or voted against deporting people, I think they should be in jail for treason.
For Greg Bovino aren't.
Oh, trials for every single ICE agent that's literally doing their legal duty, their mandated duty at keeping our country safe. She is literally running her platform on, we need to fucking kill ICE agents.
Enough. Body cameras aren't enough.
Why not?
We need people willing to put everything on the line, not when it's politically convenient, and not have their...
Boy. So, gotta talk about a humiliating loss.
Let's go.
Woke Gen Z firebrand. Cat, a booga.
That is the correct pronunciation.
I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think it's Abu Ghazaleh. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't give a shit, actually.
I just call her Cat.
Honestly, it really doesn't matter because she didn't win. We'll never have to talk about her again. And next time we talk about her is going to be on her way to jail because she was arrested.
A booga. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with this young lunatic, she is the same woman that is currently facing charges for obstructing and impeding ICE.
Good.
Okay? And
fucking throw her in jail forever. Zero mercy. Don't give a shit. Sorry. Jail forever. Jail forever. You're a traitor to our nation.
And she found out while doing that, she got tossed on her ass, right? While trying to obstruct ICE. Went viral.
Yeah. Good shit. Good shit.
But it is surreal to be the person on the indictment, especially because my name is really long.
What do you think about those charges, though? They seem really serious.
Yeah.
Conspiracy to impede or injure an ICE officer.
Which it's true. I mean, I think she definitely did that shit.
Assaulting or impeding that officer.
Yeah, true. Based. She's
That's
a terrorist, in my opinion. My opinion, she's a terrorist. She'd be treated as such, actually. Putting these terrorists away forever is based, actually. She's a traitor to our nation. She needs to get fucking destroyed. She needs to face the consequences so badly that her life was never going to be the same again after this. That's right. And a lot of people are going to think I'm going too hard on her. No, actually, I think that justice is actually awesome. And we don't need to be cowards and be like, no, we shouldn't actually administer justice because then the people that committed the crimes that are going to suffer. Fuck yeah, they're going to suffer. They fucked around. They found out. They're going to fucking suffer. The rest of their life is going to be absolute dog shit because of this. This is called the consequences of your actions. It's a little thing that leftists don't believe in, like agency and consequences. They don't believe in any of this fucking shit. Not above the law. You're gonna get fucked.
Charges.
The charges, I think they're actually like slightly different, but no matter what the charges are in the indictment, I plan on pleading not guilty. And this is a political prosecution.
No, it's a prosecution against, in my opinion, a domestic terrorist. And it happens to be political because you are running for the Gen Z platform of retards and bitches. So it's actually not a political prosecution because you lost. That's right. You lost. So therefore, it's not political anymore. Now it's just a prosecution.
Plain and simple. It's an effort to criminalize free speech,
the free speech protections of throwing bricks at ICE officers and assaulting them and vandalizing their vehicles and stopping them from arresting criminals. The free speech of murdering ICE agents.
Criminalize free association in an effort to criminalize the very act of protest. And so we're going to be pleading not guilty. Good. And
please,
the evidence will come out in court.
Please plead not guilty. Go to court, stream the trial. I want to watch you get humiliated in court forever. Yeah, this is going to ruin your life. And I'm sure that a lot of people, every time I do this, people get upset. They say that, hey, but she's just a kid. She's not. She's an adult with actions that have agency and consequences. She has free will, just like me, just like you. And she's going to face the consequences of her actions for the rest of her life. The rest of her life is going to be absolute dog shit because of this. Yeah, that is correct, actually. Am I celebrating that her life's going to be shit? A little bit. Totally her fault. Actually, don't give a fuck.
And I fully plan on winning.
Yeah, just to be clear, the indictment alleges that you and others, quote, surrounded a federal officer's vehicle, banged on its hood and windows, etched pig on the side.
Wow, that doesn't sound like free speech.
Impeded movement. Did you etch the word pig on the side of an officer's car?
I'm not speaking to the specifics of anything that's in the indictment right now, but like I said, I do plan on pleading not guilty, and the evidence will come out in court.
Oh my God. And you know why she plans on, she's saying this? Because in my opinion, she probably did all these things. She just hopes that when she actually goes to court, there's going to be some sort of Democrat communist revolution, all right? And they're going to take over the courts and rig all the trials in the favor of the leftoids, all right? That's what she believes, honestly. She knows she's guilty. All right, let's be honest for a second. She just thinks that they could do like a hostile takeover of this country, and we're not going to fucking let them.
You know, I plan on winning.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's all watch the video of what happened that day that they are.
Yeah, this is obstructing justice. I think this is domestic terrorism for sure.
But what do you, when you see that, what do you think right now?
You know, Tara, once again, this is my first time being federally indicted. Like I said, I plan on pleading not guilty. The evidence will come out in court, and I plan on winning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
She just
really quickly, I did want to ask you about just the fact that like conspiracy to impede an officer is up to 6 years in prison, forcibly impeding and intimidating an officer is up to 8 years.
Jail forever?
Is that like
ruining the rest of her life? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I think all the domestic terrorists should be ruined, have their lives ruined. Based, actually, yes. That's right. Justice doesn't actually fall for your emotional blackmail, pussyfoot bullshit.
That could that could actually hinder your ability to serve in Congress. Are you concerned?
No, she's not concerned because she lost. She's not concerned because she lost miserably. Bro, her life is really shitty right now. Jail for 8 years, also lost her election. Oh, no one even knows who she is. All right, but HASAN PIKER endorsed her, bro. Oh, it's over. It's over. It's over. Good.
About that?
She left. She's not there anymore. She ran away. She couldn't handle the truth. This is like the most softball
Did she just
interview.
sign off?
Yeah, wow.
Did she just leave the chat? I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there it is. There it is.
She left because I asked her questions about what happened that day.
Yep, that is correct.
All right. Well, I will continue.
And this is like a leftist show also. It's like leftist was a little not left enough for the other leftist. That was a domestic terrorist, in my opinion.
The conversation on my own, I guess. This is very bizarre. Yeah, so I guess this is I've never had that happen before. Apologies.
Yeah. Wow. So despite all of these stunts from this young radical lunatic, she still lost her primary election. Okay, Daniel Bliss won the primary election for this district out in Illinois.
Colossal W. All right, so she did all the shtick. She tried to do all the things. She ran a campaign on being a radical communist retard. She's gonna go out there. She's gonna fight the fight. She's gonna do the shit. She's gonna kill ICE agents. Literally, that was what her platform was on: killing ICE agents. All right, running like a Nuremberg trial for ICE agents to kill them. Literally, that was literally her plan. All right, Democrat woke, got all the woke online endorsements, and lost miserably and going to jail forever. Fuck yeah, baby. And this just happened, so I really wanted to cover this, honestly. So I just wanted to watch this clip of her getting thrown on her ass one more time. And... oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, it's beautiful. And that's the last we'll ever be hearing about Cat Abuza Gluza Gigizuguguza Gaga Gugu until we actually talk about her trial when she goes to jail for 8 years for domestic terrorism. Pretty diabolical stuff, if you ask me. Man, I love this woke Democrat party just going out there losing elections as quickly as they can because they're fucking insufferable. All right, she didn't even get the Zohran Mamdani vote. All right, Zohran Mamdani was like, we're just gonna do Sharia law and shit. All right, and we're gonna promise free shit to everybody. So literally, all the foreign rapists voted for him. All right, she couldn't even get the foreign rapist vote, dude. That's so sad. But yeah, absolutely. I am never gonna cower. I'm never gonna get emotionally blackmailed by people to actually not be like, oh no, you're being mean to this human being with agency. Listen, man, maybe I'm more feminist than you because I actually think that this woman has the right to face consequences for her actions. And I say that because I respect women. I believe that women do actually have agency. I don't believe that they're just bumbling idiots. And therefore, because of my serious amount of respect for women, I really hope she's in jail for 8 years for terrorism. She was like one of those radical Gen Z rock stars, but she lost her election. She's going to jail. I'm not going to lie, bro. Thank God. Things are good. Things are good. Thank you so much for being here. I very much appreciate you joining me on this massive deep dive. This was a really big one. I know. The videos have been getting longer and longer. People have been telling me. But I've been receiving really, really good feedback, essentially. So I really appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. I've been doing a deep dive every single day on all of the things, covering all the things in the way they need to be covered. Domestic policy, foreign policy. I cover all the things. So if you want to be up to date with all the things and the correct opinion on all the things, definitely subscribe. Not only are my predictions accurate, but I also make fun of retards a lot because they deserve it. That's right. Domestic terrorists getting fucked, foreign terrorists getting fucked. Honestly, God bless America and God bless all of you. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.